ASMR podcast. We're here to get you off by whispering.
That's what all the cool kids are doing.
It's probably because your mom had to discipline you private, because if your dad heard, he'd get angry, and it fucked up your sexual development.
Accurate.
Or you live in Japan, because the thing about Japanese people is that they live in houses with paper walls, and because of that, you can hear sex and any tappings through the walls, so they have a very weird, open, but private life, and the reason that their houses are made of paper is because there's lots of hurricanes, so if they fell on someone, they'd be easy to take off.
That's just science.
That's literally Japanese science. Welcome everybody to a brand new edition of ROFLcast. I am your host Achilles, joined as always by my heterosexual life partner. He thinks it's hetero, I think it's homo. His name is Shane. Shane, say what's up to the people.
What's up, people?
I stumbled on my words. That would have been really good if I didn't do it because I was doing it really fast with a lot of confidence, but then I stumbled and I tried to recover, but I think it's noticeable, or maybe it wasn't, but I pointed it out and now everybody knows. And then joined to me on my left, or right, depending on which way you're looking at a map, is Kayla. Kayla, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you.
That's her actual voice. It's not an accent or put on. That is literally what she sounds like. That accent is Newfie, correct? That's Newfoundlander accent?
How dare you give away my secrets?
I think I want to show you, first off, I mean, ROFLcast is a podcast about roasting the news. We talk about pop culture news, what's happening in movies, music, and games. Never talked about music, but that's okay. And most importantly, when we start off every show, we try to show off our best impressions. And what's better than this week than doing an impression of a Newfie person? So the way that you can tell that they're Newfie is by the way that they sound out their vowels. It's very distinct, you see. I'll do an exact replica of a Newfie accent right now. Hey, what the qua? Welcome to the island. You see, Newfoundland is the third largest island off the coast of Canada. The other two are invisible and are taken off of maps because of flat earth theorists. Shane, would you like to do your first Newfie accent, please?
Well, first off, I don't think that's geographically accurate. But Newfoundland accent. Where's she to, mate? There you go.
What the fuck was that? I was joking. You were trying. What? What are those? What?
Trying horribly.
What the actual shit was that? I mean, that sounded more like I don't even. It sounded more like Sling Blade than it sounded like an actual Newfie accent. Kayla, can you please bless us with the docile signs of the Newfie tone?
All right, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Delaware. I would like to visit Delaware.
See, it's a truly beautiful and nuanced accent. You can tell by the way that the vowels are sounded. It's highly unique in its derivation. And the funny thing is, if people actually haven't heard Newfie accents, they'll be like, I don't know which one of these is right. They could sound fucking Korean for all I know. It's weird because we have this part of Canada where all the Irish and Scottish people came to Canada first, and then they landed in Newfoundland. And the ones that were like, oh, this is rocky, cold, and stony with minimal resources, good enough. They stuck around. The rest of them went west. And the ones who stuck around kept the exact same accent and like intonation as the Brits and the Scots. Thank you very much for the beer. And because of that, you have this weird pocket of Canada in Acadia where they have this weird French lilt to a Scottish accent, and it is unlike anything in the world in that it is actually disgusting and horrible, whereas other languages are beautiful. That would be the biggest differences between Newfie and regular ones. But this is a show about movies and TV shows and apparently music now, because I accidentally said that earlier. And what combines all three things better than Game of Thrones? That's not a recording. That was just a beatbox. I don't want people to get that twisted. That was real. Game of Thrones is on season 7 right now. We're all caught up on the show. We're all obviously obsessed. There will be spoilers. We're going to talk about it briefly.
Spoiler alert.
But we're going to talk about the theories behind it, what we think is going to happen. And then we'll revisit it later when season 8 comes out in 13 years, which is probably when we do our second episode. And we can talk about
Accurate.
and we can talk about how wrong we are and how we hated ourselves for being obsessed with the TV show while the world was about to get nuked. Unfortunately, those later broadcasts will only be heard over CB radio because I'm pretty sure North Korea will have nuked us all to oblivion by then. Also, side note, we need to touch on this. Will the nukes that hit the U.S. actually affect us that much, or is it like all water flows south kind of thing?
I mean, I feel like they're going to get mostly the coast, so I think I'm okay.
We're landlocked as fuck over here. Shane, are you fucked?
Yeah, as someone who lives
he's
on
fucked.
the coast, I'm definitely screwed.
I mean, Japan's already fucking him anyways with all the, like...
Radiation from
shit,
Fukushima.
That's
Good
bullshit.
stuff,
I
good
went and swam in Fukushima and ate sushi every day, and I only got a little bit of radiation poisoning.
For
Just a little
now.
bit.
Oh yeah, that's true. The funny thing is, so we actually did do that just because I'm a fucking weirdo, and
No.
yeah, and the worst part was I was getting a little sick, but I thought it might have been from heavy mercury because I was eating like swordfish and fugu and shit like that. And then I had to fly back at the end of the trip and get a couple X-rays for my teeth. And I was talking to my doctor, and he's like, "Oh, you're only supposed to have like a certain amount of radiation per year. You get one of those on a flight into Japan because you're like above so much of the atmosphere, you're absorbing more radiation."
Oh.
And I'm like, "Oh, good," because I just like spent the last few weeks ingesting as much radiation as fucking possible. I could have taken groundwater from Chernobyl, injected it into my penis, and gotten less radiation poisoning than what I got. But I think that whole thing is over dramatized. Like, yeah, it's
probably.
Yeah, it's bad, but I mean, we're all fucked anyway. There's really nothing we can do. There's so much radioactive isotopes in our fucking atmosphere as it is that, like, the Game of Thrones actual story is set in the future. Like, these people aren't magic. We're just fucked up. Those things that are dragons, Cocker Spaniels, not 300 years prior. And you can tell...
I like this fan theory of yours.
And you can tell by the way that the map is shaped that Westeros is actually Britain, Essos is Europe, and Sothros is Africa. Isn't that weird how it, like, actually aligns exactly like that?
Sounds
You're a
legit.
book reader, aren't you?
Oh, have you guys not read the books? Because this discussion is going to get real foggy.
Not yet. I'm going to start, though, I swear.
Oh, okay. It wasn't like you had 20 years to do it or
I
anything.
tried to read the books, and it was such a slog, and I gave up.
Yeah,
relatively.
I mean, why would you invest time into the most well-written fantasy series of all time? That would be stupid.
Obviously.
I was going to start reading them, but then I moved to Newfoundland and forgot my books in Toronto and didn't have money to buy new ones. So
You buy books?
I know. I'm one of those.
I didn't know that was still legal.
It is so far. I mean, I give it another year before I get put in jail, but, you know, I'm a rebel.
I have long commutes, so I listen to a lot of audiobooks, and I also read because I'm not a retard. So now let's start on Game of Thrones. Let's talk about Season 7. How did you feel about the season as a whole? Kayla, let's start with you. What did you love? What did you hate?
I mean, I don't see that's the thing. I don't have anything that I ever really hate about Game of Thrones. I feel like a lot of people get really like caught up in things and pissed off about stupid stuff. Like people are just getting mad that, oh, they couldn't have stayed on that island. They would have froze to death if they were there for 2 days. It's not realistic. Meanwhile, dragons are fucking flying in. It's like, yeah, you know, let's talk about realism here.
Yeah, they would freeze, wouldn't they? Now that you say that is bothering me.
For sure, but I mean, it's not a realistic show. Like, let's be real. There's dragons. I mean, it's the future, but it's fine.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that I really, really, really am mad at with this show is that from season 1, I have wanted Jon and Daenerys to get together, and that was like my big thing, and I was so excited. But now, because I know like their history and who they are, seeing that scene just made me feel really sad and uncomfortable.
Which is weird because you're Newfie and your family tree probably has no branches.
I mean,
If
I'm one of
anything.
those rare ones where, like, my families were somehow born on opposite side of the island and met. I don't even know how that happened. But
That is how it... Well, I mean, it's a small island. I mean, it's pretty easy to get across. That's the thing about Game of Thrones. I mean, Newfie people just call it a hoedown without dragons, right? Like that's...
yeah, I mean, you know, if you're not married to your cousin in Newfoundland, are you really living?
Exactly. I mean, that's why they've kept the gene pool so pure. I mean, a lot of places can take some lessons from that. Some mild incest keeps the gene line clean.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have any problems.
Is there anything that you...
And they're all so happy.
Aside from your favorite character fucking his hot aunt, who's slightly younger than him, what did you hate about this season? What bugged you about this season?
Honestly, not a lot of stuff really bugged me. I enjoyed this season a lot. I liked that it was more fast-paced and stuff was just being thrown at you. And I don't know, it was kind of refreshing. I know a lot of people didn't like how fast it was going, but I just find, like, after all the build-up, like, let's do it. I'm ready.
Don't they have to move that fast, though? Because there's so much story to tell with very little time.
I know, like, they're just like, we're going to tell so much story in 5-6 seasons, and then when we only have 2 seasons left, we're going to tell you everything.
Yeah, Go ahead.
I was like, you could have probably started a little bit earlier if you knew you were only going to have this many seasons. I don't know, my theory is they'll have more than they say. I don't believe them that they're actually going to stop after the next season.
Well, they have talked about...
Go ahead.
Expanding it out into additional like TV shows and other side stories and things, but I think they probably could have benefited from not just ending it at season 8, maybe saying this is going to be 10 seasons long. But you kind of hit the nail on the head in the sense that it's actually really good that they're doing this fast pace, because otherwise this would just turn into Lord of the Rings and it would be a whole shitload of walking or getting from point A to point B, like just waiting for like because we all know what's going to happen next in the plot. So as opposed to just like having getting there. It's pretty straightforward at this point what the next steps, like the main idea of the plot is what's happening. So I personally, I don't know, it's a different show. That's the best way that I can explain it. It's not the same show that it used to be. It's not all the political intrigue and, there's not as much of like the backstabbing and all that.
It's not as much of that Game of Thrones.
But well, that's the thing, it's a question of, does it still have the heart of Game of Thrones? But I think if you have to do like this high fantasy dragons and like crazy ice zombies and all this stuff, Game of Thrones is doing it damn well. It's extremely well done and, on the edge of your seat on so many episodes. And it may not be the exact same show that it used to be, but I'm super excited for what's going to happen in season 8 and pretty happy with what happened in season 7. A lot of the things that, we've been waiting for have finally come to fruition. And I did like the kind of the twist with the Littlefinger story and things that happened there.
What was the twist? You kind of knew that she wasn't going to get Grima worm-tongued by him.
Well, they were playing, obviously, that it wasn't going
it was not... I think that was done ineffectively, though. Would you agree with that?
A lot of people miss that, though. A lot of people miss that. They thought she was just being a bitch, and I'm just like,
well, because the show is supposed to allude to it, or like there was a scene that was cut that was Sansa going to Bran's door, knocking on his door, and saying, "I need to talk," and they cut that. But literally, that one scene would explain essentially everything. Like that would set up everything. You know what I mean? Like they had it in there.
Well, that's why they didn't include it, right? They wanted to try to keep it a little bit more vague and keep it in the dark, so it would be a little bit of a twist, a little bit of a surprise for the audience to, see what was going to happen. I really like the fact that it showed that Sansa, as a character, had become more developed and had actually learned things from her past, and she's sort of becoming her own. That was one of the things, like her character throughout the whole show was one of my like least favorite characters.
Absolutely. We talked about that before.
Now to actually see Sansa into this like, fully developed character, going through these changes, having her own story arc, like all those things are really incredible. And it was really nice to see kind of, everybody coming back to Winterfell, and all of the other, parts of that story as well were really well done. But I think, overall, like some of my favorite character moments in the season was, some of the stuff with Daenerys and Jon Snow when Jon went down to Dragonstone. Is that went down there and they had like their moment in the cave. I thought that was really cool. That was kind of the beginnings of their whole, where they ended up at the end of the season. And also the season finale episode, Tyrion, like that was like the first time the whole season where I was like, finally we get some fucking Tyrion. Like it felt it was just so much like the whole season was just like Tyrion fucking up or shitting the bed.
He's been a really shitty general. Like he's supposed to be like this brilliant motherfucker who like pulls shit off, and he does that a lot in the books, but in the show they don't really show him being the badass genius that he is. So a lot of failure on his end.
It's because he wants to put his P in her V.
But he probably wants to fuck everyone. He has repressed sexuality for Cersei. He probably wants to fuck goddamn... He would fuck Viserion after he died, given the opportunity. That's how desperate this guy is. Like, he's just so...
Do you think that's why he was looking so, like, longingly when he saw Jon Snow go in there? Do you think that...
What, they couldn't hammer that over our heads any fucking harder?
He's absolutely in love with her. You could tell that. Just, I don't know, just the way he is. Because he, like you said, like, he's such a man of words, but when he's around her, it's like he forgets how to be a smart person.
Oh, that's actually really cute. Now that I think about it, it's actually really adorable. Oh, come on. That's kind of sweet. I remember the girl that used to make me nervous, and I think a girl like Dany definitely looks like the girl that used to make me nervous. So I could totally do that.
She makes me nervous.
Really? Why?
Heyo.
The biggest thing that I find attractive about her is the white wig, which is like such a specific fetish of mine, and it's so great to see it relived in these things, because it's probably the sexiest thing about her. Be honest though, you've seen her with regular hair and you've seen her in the white wig. Tell me you would not fuck her 10 times harder in that white wig.
Oh, for sure. I just want to be her friend as her in real life, but as her in the show, I want her in my bed.
I would like just be friends with her and like comb her hair and be really cool about it. Maybe fall asleep next to her and like smell her panties when she's not there. But it wouldn't be anything creepy, right? Like it'd be like super romantic kind of stalking. And I would just pretend to be gay the entire time, like that guy in There's Something About Mary, the pizza delivery guy. It's kind of a brilliant move. Shane, what did you hate about this season? There's got to be something.
What did I hate? Well, again, it's tough to hate. Like I really, I didn't necessarily like the fact that we lost a lot of the sort of, intertwined plots and deep storylines with like backstabbing, and we sort of lost a lot of that this season. Yeah. But when I remember, a few of those mid seasons, I can't remember if it was like season 4 or season 5. Some of them were really slow, and it was kind of a nice sort of refreshing change of pace to have so much happening in every single episode. I guess my biggest frustration is the fact that there was enough content here to make this multiple seasons, and I feel like they're kind of rushing to get to the end to be able to finish it next year.
But would it be better if they dragged it out? That's the real question, because it's moving fast, but would it be better if we had to wait even longer for all these reveals?
I think so, because it'd be more nuanced. They'd be able to tell more story, and I also feel like that's part of it as well. They had the actual books, everything written by George R.R. Martin, to be able to take some of that dialogue, to take those stories and craft them into a show. Now they're working off of fucking Cliff Notes.
But even then, they were kind of operating on that. Even the earlier seasons, like they're just giving us like shitty Cliff Notes. I felt the first season was so mangled. I was actually shocked that people love this show, because I'm like, how are you guys following it? Like, I still a goddamn dissertation on like 13,000 pages on this to memorize all the houses and shit. I have no idea how the casual fan got into it, because I thought season 1 was a fucking mess. And
it gets better on the 4th rewatch.
I need to rewatch it.
Well, I mean,
like I missed so much stuff. I think of stuff now, and I'm just like, I missed that. I need to rewatch this
because they just didn't develop it well in the show as compared to the TV show, like as compared to the book. Like even the Sansa storyline. Let's say there's something analogous to it, and there will be something analogous to it, obviously, in the Game of Thrones books. I know that'll be more of a cat and mouse game. I know it'll be more interesting, more intrigue, more twists. Not these people are bad. I'm going to talk to you about how they're bad. I'm going to trick Arya into thinking I'm bad and try to turn them against each other. Like there's only 1 or 2 twists without any real twisting in it. Like even the end death scene, I called it a million miles away. I thought it was almost like one of those mean scenes. It's like, come to the front, this person, and everyone's like, oh shit, and then in the back like, oh, like world star, like getting all fucking crazy about it. But it was just, I felt that moment wasn't super satisfying. I felt it was so obvious. I would love to see the way that I would have played it, or would have liked to see it played, is that Sansa, using the things that she learned from Littlefinger and some of the things she learns from Arya, investigates them both and figures out that Littlefinger's a piece of shit. Because she outspies the spy, because he's so busy trying to spy on Arya, he doesn't notice that Sansa's looking into him. And when she finally figures it out, when he's in a position of power, she reveals him, like he'd be on a council or something instead of standing trial. She'll reveal him for what he did when he tries to lie, and then she'll provide the proof and trap him and just sit in silence while he just keeps trembling his words out as the guards take him away. And she won't say anything, just stare at him and be like, checkmate, you're out. And then her and Arya just start kissing, like softly at first. But the best thing about Sansa, though, is seeing her become a boss bitch. Is that we knew it was coming. We're just waiting for it when. Like she spent that's the thing about this chick. We can get a cute girl. You can spend 5 seasons fucking up your life, but when they pull it around and they pull some cool shit, you're like, God damn, I still might want to fuck her. You know what I mean? Because there was a time where, like, yeah, she's cute, but she did so many bad things that I'm like, no, you're just too dumb. I can't.
Yeah, she used to be really annoying. Like, it was just, stop doing these things. You're so stupid. How are you this stupid? But then again, what was she, like, 12 or something? Or how old was she supposed to be?
Yeah, but I stand by what Arya said in this season. Is like, if I was there, I wouldn't have ran that shit. You think Lyanna Mormont would have fucking fallen over like you pussy? You know, she fucking took it to her, and it was absolutely the most, like, that for me was one of the most satisfying moments, because, like, you're right, you acted like a bitch, and then being called out for acting like a bitch. It is what it is. You know, you gotta be fucking real. One thing that I hated about the season is they didn't develop a lot of the characterization of the characters. A lot, like, Tyrion at the beginning of the season and Tyrion at the end of the season. Is there a major difference? No?
Not overly, no.
Jon Snow at the beginning of the season, Jon Snow at the end. Literally the exact same morals. Cersei, still a cunt. Jaime had a bit of a shift. Brienne is the exact same. Did. The only person who's really had an interesting story arc, honestly, this season is probably the Hound. Mm-hmm. He's kind of the unsung hero of this season, because, like, Bronn hasn't been able to do anything, because, as is probably famously known, Bronn and Cersei, the actors, are married in real life. They got divorced very messily, and then she put it into her contract that she will not be in a scene with him. Hence why when they get to the... Yeah. So when I
didn't know that.
Yes. Yeah. And so when they get to the dragon pit, you'll notice that he goes over to Gendry and says, let these fancy folk talk. Let's go get a beer. And it's kind of a weird scene. You're like, what? Why even show that? Who cares if you're there or not? You're inconsequential at this point. But that's explain why he wasn't there, because it can't be in the same scene.
Drama.
Yeah. Is there a character, we talked about Sansa, but is there a character that you've kind of fallen in love with this season a little more? Because for me, it's Sam. I think Sam is, like, kind of showing a bit more of, like, frustration, of a backbone, is taking things more seriously, and I see his significance now, and I'm rooting for him to be significant.
You just triggered every feminist out there by saying that you like Sam.
Oh, why? What did he do? Well, we're talking over Gilly being shitty to Gilly.
Because he cut off Gilly when she was saying.
That was a douche move. And I get it, you're stressed, dude. Well, I mean, he acted like an asshole when he was stressed. So now what is he going to do, right? You're going to hate him forever? Maybe he'll redeem himself. It's kind of like the character in Stranger Things, the guy who looked like John Ralphio from Parks and Recreation, the boyfriend of the girl. Am I making sense here?
No.
In Stranger Things, there is 4 boys. One of the main boys' older sister is a girl who looks like Emmy Rossum when she was younger, and she's dating this guy who's a prick, and he has, like, his redemption story, right? And maybe him being shitty to Gilly, like, will show he'll have a bit of a redemption story. I mean, Gilly's gotten so much smarter. She can read, discern information. She's raising a kid at the Citadel. I mean, I'm rooting for her to have some god. I want her to be the one that kills the White Walkers. Because she's like, my life was fucked because you guys made this deal with my father that took away my freedom. So fuck you guys. Like, how great would that be? It'd be Dragon Slayer and Dragon Slayeress.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be full sex. Did you guys like the Ironborn's kind of side stories here? Because it seems like all they do is just fuck shit up.
Punk rock pirate?
Punk rock. That pissed me off so much. He's such a different character. He's like, I know what I need to be more famous. Guy liner and an AFI mixtape. But only the early stuff before Girls Not Grey.
Yeah, oh god.
It was kind of jarring when he first showed up, and I was just like, what the fuck happened? Like, I don't know if they were going for like a Pirates of the Caribbean.
You're right. Fuck? Dude, you're so right. The eyeliner, the drunk swagger, that's so Pirates of the Caribbean. Holy shit. Dude.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. I thought he just got back from a fucking 30 Seconds to Mars concert and hadn't showered yet. He looks like the worst emo I have ever fucking seen, and I don't even understand where his might's coming from, because their army is divided. She stole all the ships, and now he has the largest fleet in Westeros. They don't explain that, how he got back an entire fleet either. Do these details bother you guys as much as it bother me? Because it seems like it doesn't.
Well, it seemed, you have to do a little bit of that, extension of disbelief for the sake of this season, especially in terms of what you're having.
But this season wasn't as good. Let's just be real. It just wasn't as good of a season.
Well, it had, but it's so different. Like, it had more action. It had more. It actually had more things happening. There was a lot less walking in a garden, talking and plotting. Walking in a garden, talking and plotting. Like, there's a lot of previous Game of Thrones seasons and TV episodes that are like that.
Yeah.
This was a lot more of like, holy shit, there's like a massive battle and there's big dragons. Then there's another massive battle. Then there's lots of fighting. There's there was it would be interesting to look at like the dialogue of the scripts of previous seasons versus how much dialogue there was in this season. And it's not to say that there wasn't still a fair bit, but I would say, from a budgetary standpoint, there was a lot more huge action sequences, a lot more CG, and a lot more big scenes this season than in any of the previous seasons.
I mean, some of the scenes were absolutely magical. They looked cinema quality at times. A lot of the even little details about fight tactics and having Daenerys incinerate the Lannister army and then seeing them blow away in the wind after they're already turned to ash. There was a lot of small nuances that were really, really gorgeous. But I feel like there's a balance to be maintained, and they did not hit that balance. They leaned far too much on the, this happens, then this happens, then this happens, then this happens. Whereas the first few seasons were a finely crafted narrative. They're kind of weaving together in and out, and they're moving and shaping the other storylines by diverging at certain points. Now it's more like diegetic. It's just like bang, 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 bang. And it's just a different show, right? And that obviously that can turn off certain viewers and watchers, but it also can attract another audience. Now, there could be at the point where the fans are just fucking fed up and want to see what the fuck happens. But there's a way to do that that's probably a little bit more true to the feel of Game of Thrones than this season was, because I don't disagree with the fans. I think that this season definitely felt different. It definitely felt weird. I don't think it was as well written. We didn't have as many great one-liners or thoughtful moments as we did, but there was a ton of fan service. It was fan service. Dany in a hot outfit, fucking Cersei dressing like Lady Gaga, dragons blowing shit up, ice dragon destroying the wall, fucking what's her name? Brienne versus Arya. Holy shit. I saw that fight today.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, redubbed with lightsabers, and it was amazing. It was just constant fan service. There's almost a point where they do something for the fans. Gendry, he's like, I'm back. I prefer the hammer. And he looks into the camera for a full minute. And at the end it goes, because his dad used a hammer. They were spoon feeding every fucking moment to you over and over again. And I was like, I love being the one that picks up on these things that other people don't pick up on, because it shows it's something you get to discover. It's an Easter egg. But they took that away from us, and they kind of spoon fed us this entire season. And I think that's really where they lost their mark.
It's like you were saying earlier, because they only have this limited amount of time left, it almost feels like they feel like they have to cram so much in such a little time, as opposed to maybe adding 1 or 2 extra seasons so they could, or knowing how many seasons they would have had from the beginning so they could have planned it out a bit better. But where they, I felt like when they first started the show, they felt like they were going to have an unlimited amount of seasons so they could do whatever they want, and that's why they were so slow, which made it beautiful. But now they're like, shit, we got 2 seasons left, guys. What are we going to do? It's like panic mode almost. But
yes and no to that for sure, because they definitely did take their time a little bit in the earlier seasons, but even then it was rushed. They only gave them 6 episodes for the first season.
Yeah, they should. I don't know why they didn't give them a bit of a longer season. Like, I don't like shows that have 24 episodes, but I mean, give them 12 episodes a season. I think they could have done a lot with that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's the thing about the producers is that they artificially shorten the show. The show was supposed to be, okay, season 1 will be 6 episodes. If it's more popular, they'll go to 12 episodes. And if it maintains that popularity, because 90% of the shows are canceled in the first season. 70% of those shows that make it to the second season are then canceled. So if it makes it past those 2 marks, then they can start investing some real money in it. So they can get up anywhere between 16 to 20 episodes.
It's consistently been 10 episodes since the very first season. Every year, it's always 10 episodes until this year.
Yeah, but the way that they're supposed to do it was they were supposed to have it small and then expand. The way they did with Parks and Recreation, the way they did with Buffy, the way they did with a lot of shows. But instead, they artificially shortened every season.
Well, I think that
in order to
the justification for that was just in terms of budget, and also the fact that this is an HBO show and it doesn't necessarily abide by the typical rules that you would give to your regular hour-long show, which is actually only 42 minutes long. So they have 18 minutes for commercials. You know, especially
the first
in this
episode
season,
of Lost cost more than half the season. I mean, they have money.
Well, and someone got fired for that. But
yeah, true that. Sorry, you got me there.
With Game of Thrones, like this season, yeah, it was only 8 episodes long, but there was an hour and 20-minute long episodes.
Yes,
so
fair.
It's not to say that we aren't still getting the amount of content, but that being said, 100% they're rushing this because they have to get to an end, and they don't. I don't know if it's they just don't want to do it or they want to do something else, but there's no reason they couldn't have gone to 10, 12 seasons, and I think that. From next season as well, they're talking about how every episode is going to be 90 minutes long. So it might only be 6 or 7 episodes, but every single episode is going to be an hour and a half.
Okay.
See, that makes sense. But I don't hate the 90-minute episodes. Actually, I adore the longer episodes. I think they're really great. What I don't like is the artificial kind of constraints they put on it. Like, okay, I know this is a bad example because not everyone loves this show, but I think Lost is one of the greatest series of all time. They did 22...
Except for that last episode.
Yeah, I mean, even the last episode had a couple good moments.
It was like the last half of the last episode. That was
you guys got to the last episode? I got to like season 4 and was like, I can't do it.
You're not answering any.
Oh, dude, that's a horrible time to give up. So here's what happened is that they wrote themselves into a corner because they had these guys working on it named Kirkman and Ortsy, who are Shane and I's probably mortal enemies.
Oh,
they've made everything. Kurtzman and Ortsy made everything that we've ever hated, but they've also made like good things. But they're the ones who are responsible for the shitty Amazing Spider-Mans, for the fucking dog shit earlier Star Treks. Like the bad parts about Star Trek were all them. The shitty parts of Transformers. This is being specific. The shitty parts of Transformers. And that movie was a massive pile of shit. But you have to dig through it with your hands, and then you feel one spot where the shit's still warm, and you're like, how can this one pocket be insulated right here of just a big steaming pile of shit? I was swimming through this lukewarm shit, and I was like, I can deal with this. Then you have this pocket of dark, meaty, fucking warm shit. That's Kurtzman and Ortsy. That's what they contributed to the Transformers movie. Know the part of the movie where Shia LaBeouf enters a theater and literally takes a full shit in your mouth for 5 minutes? Yeah, that was them. They scripted that part. They were given the opportunity to make a movie. And they're like, we're going to give you unlimited budget. We're going to let you guys write the script, do whatever the fuck you want, and you can direct it. And we won't say shit. You're free. Because you feel like your movies are doing bad, like the TV show for Limitless, or Sleepy Hollow, or Amazing Spider-Man, or Transformers, or Star Trek, or, Eagle Eye, or whatever dog shit they worked on. They were like, oh, people say those bad because you have too much studio intervention. So you're free. We're not going to... get to, they created Hawaii 5-0. This is how bad they are. So what movie did they make that was their freedom, that was them breaking away from the criticism of Cowboys and Aliens and The Legend of Zorro and The Island and other fucking horrible movies? They made The Mummy. They made literally the worst movie committed to film. I heard while they were filming it, SD cards started to smoke because the content was so fucking bad. That's what they made, and it is the worst thing I've ever seen committed to screen. And I've watched all the Twilight movies dozens of times just in case I need to reference them, and not because I enjoy it. It is.
Sure, you love sparkling vampires.
Yeah. So I don't even remember how we started talking about Kurtzman, but fuck him and fuck everything he's done.
I feel the hate, though. I mean,
sorry. He was. Sorry, they were working on Lost. Then they wrote Lost into a corner, and that's what started to go to dog shit. Then they hired Brian K. Vaughan, who's one of the best comic book writers of all time. He wrote Ex Machina. He won a Pulitzer for the fucking Pride of Baghdad. Like, he is everything. And he fixed the show, and it became really good for a while. And then he left, and then went back to shit. But, you know, that's like almost 3.5 seasons of good episodes. That's a lot. Can you name another series that has that many good episodes? Because I can't.
Buffy.
Battlestar Galactica.
All right, well, you guys both got me there. Shit. These are the two best fucking examples ever. It's like this is a goddamn roast, and you guys wrote for weeks, and you're like, let's just go through IMDb. See what will make him look like most of an asshole. And there it is. So
I'm only here to roast you. That's why we come here. That's
so Kurtzman and Orsi were responsible with making the monster cinematic universe for Universal. So as people probably know, that the classic monster movies like the Wolfman, Swamp Thing, The Mummy, Dracula, those rights are owned by Warner Brothers and Universal for distributing production. So Universal, wanting to jump on this bandwagon like the Marvel Cinematic Universe did, started creating their own universe, like a la The Conjuring and Insidious and the like. But the unfortunate thing is that they spent a ton of money making this movie with Tom Cruise. But the unfortunate thing is that they made the worst movie ever. But the problem with having the worst movie ever is that people in China are so fucking dumb that they'll just go and watch it because they don't know. They're not dumb. They just don't know English. They don't know what's happening, right? So it doesn't matter if the movie sucks. They're just seeing it if it references China, which is why Transformers has so much Chinese shit in it, because these movies are being made for foreign audiences more than they're being made for domestic audiences. But now that The Mummy is shit the bed but still made money, they're still kind of like niggling towards making a monster cinematic universe. That being said, Kayla, if you could have a monster cinematic universe movie, what movie would it be, who would be in it, and who would direct it?
Oh, you're putting me on this.
Shane, go first.
Yes.
You know what they say, bros before hoes.
I don't really know how great of an idea a monster cinematic universe is.
Really?
Yeah,
I think it's a good idea.
Well, again, if they were actually going to do it as like a nuanced horror series, like if they were to do like a franchise of like some really serious, like darker stuff. Yeah. But if you look at The Mummy, it's just like action adventure, very stock, very generic.
No sense of dialogue or the storyline.
You know, if they were going to Dracula, you know, they could make it very dark and very entertaining, and you know, actually tell some stories. And I think it'd be very. Well,
they did a Dracula one, Dracula Untold. That's actually supposed to tie into the universe.
True, but does it officially tie in?
No,
I wasn't sure.
They were thinking about it. It was a moderately. It was poorly successful, but it wasn't as like crazy bad, so it was a possibility.
Well, and that's the thing though, like who is really sitting there going, man, I can't wait for the new Frankenstein movie to come out.
If there was a dope ass Frankenstein movie, you'd go see it.
Well, that's the thing with any type of content, right? Like, it doesn't honestly matter what the story is based around, whether it's a comic book character, whether it's, you know, based on something else, or whether it's a brand new property, as long as the film itself is awesome. And that's like, if you look at Logan, like a testament to that movie, it's like, you know, how many of those Wolverine films, especially the first one, were just straight garbage? It's like, you can base
There's only one bad Wolverine movie.
Well, the first one. But essentially, like, you can make a shitty movie based on an awesome property, or you can make something really incredible like Logan was, and it can be nuanced, and it can be actually have character and have, you know, things that you want to be involved in, you want to watch, you want to be entertained by, you want to stay in that world, in that universe. And, you know, like, I have to this day never cried in a film, but dear God, Logan was freaking incredible.
I still think the Wolverine is better, personally.
You still think the Wolverine is better than Logan? Are you high?
Yes,
high right
yes,
now?
you know that I am.
Well, then
Why would you ask me that?
So
no, it's a better movie, dude. Like just top to bottom, it's just a better film.
Logan is, yes, I agree.
No,
completely.
not Logan. Logan fucks up a lot. Logan's an excellent. I love Logan, and if I was going to say what my personal favorite is, I would say Logan. But when it comes to what's a better movie, the Wolverine. Actually, no, that's a lie. I still prefer the Wolverine in every regard.
No, Logan is a better movie.
Okay,
it
hold on.
Better
Let's break
character
this
development. It has better story. It's
character development. You want to talk
about?
about character development? The Wolverine had tons of character development. That story about him re-meeting Matsuya, 56 years later after saving him from a nuclear bomb is fucking awesome. That's a great story. Wolverine trying to kidnap or trying to send his clone to fucking Winnipeg and then fight a robot version of himself is fucking stupid. Admit it. That's a better storyline. A guy who is saved by Wolverine and becomes a billionaire with technology and then wants to steal his ability to never age, because the reason why he didn't kill himself in Japan and the reason why he's trying to steal Wolverine's powers are the same thing today. And instead of sending the olive branch, he tried to take away from the person that helped him. It is a weird moral dilemma. What the fuck? These people don't give a fuck about Wolverine. Wolverine just got in their way. There's no personal beef here. He just happened to clone his DNA so then he feels connected to it. But he doesn't have any previous backstory with these people. And there was no actual other superheroes or supervillains in it. There's no real supervillain. Like, a clone of himself is fucking stupid. Like, that's just a robot version of yourself. That's in every goddamn derivative bullshit. Fucking name an Iron Man movie where he doesn't fight his own goddamn armor. You can't. Literally, there's an Avengers movie about it. They do it so many goddamn times. You know what I mean? But whereas the Wolverine was a true comic story done in the style of a 60s Japanese film, and it was, really beautiful, really well done, and a little, I think, unsung for how good it was. And Logan had beautiful merit too. When I saw that trailer featuring Nine Inch Nails' "Hurt" covered by Johnny Cash, I fucking was absolutely floored. I can't even remember feeling that way about a trailer in a really, really long time. I thought it was beautiful and poetic. And I think a lot of the beats they hit in it were amazing. But do you think that's how Professor X's story ends?
Well, I wouldn't disagree that the Wolverine was a good film. I do think that it was also very well done and very good. But I just
talk about mortality.
Okay, the thing about Logan is, and maybe it doesn't deserve the credit or the merit, but it's about the fact that no other superhero stories were really telling things in the same way.
Yes.
With that same type of character, with that same type of drama, with that is what really made it stand out amongst all of the superhero films that are out right now.
100%.
So many things doing all the same thing. And It was just such a breath of fresh air, and it was so nice to have something that had a little fucking heart in it for a change.
A lot of heart. My God, that movie took an emotional fucking journey.
And that's super emotional.
Mm-hmm. Totally. And that's why I feel like, out of all the Wolverine films, that one is my personal favorite. But that being said, I don't discredit your points about what you're saying in regards to the Wolverine. That was still very well done.
I think because I had a better villain. There's no good villain in Wolverine, whereas the villain in the Wolverine was, in Logan, in the Wolverine was really, really good.
Well, and you
had Silver Samurai.
Hit the nail on the head there. That is another big issue that a lot of the superhero films have been having for the past how many years? It's just
forever.
The villains have
Day
all
one.
sucked. It's Iron Man fights himself. The Incredible Hulk fights the Incredible Hulk version of himself. It just seems like that they're using that same trope where it's their villain is just them, but the bad version of them. And it's it's either that or some super alien skybeam, something coming from outer space.
I know that's probably referencing.
They're doing it in TV too.
They are, and I know that's probably
Flash,
referencing the Man of Steel. But I actually really liked Man of Steel. I thought Zod was a very compelling character, and I thought it was super well acted.
I like that movie too.
Man of Steel was very good, especially when you compare it to Batman vs. Superman.
Batman vs. Superman had moments that were really good.
Moments, yeah.
The biggest problem with Man of Steel was they didn't show enough of him kind of being almost humanized. They just he did a really good job. I mean, people forget that he is an alien. Of course, he's going to be weird, but there was a couple of deleted scenes, like one where he got pulled into the bathtub by Lois Lane or something, and it showed his human side, which was adorable, and they needed to do that more. And they're blaming the actors, but it's not the actor's fault.
His personality doesn't really shine through, whereas Clark is a lot like his dad, and they represented Pa Kent real well, right? Like when Kevin Costner was doing Pa Kent in the first movie, he was like, these are the things that we believe in, this is why we stand by them, and whether or not we like to do it or not, we get up and we do it because we're farmers and that's what we do. That was
stupid though.
Yeah, God, you could just walk over there and just pull him over. It would look normal. It would just look normal.
Like, I know, like, it's so stupid.
Oh, that was real bad.
The part when he died?
Yeah, fuck, that was bad.
That was definitely a moment where you're like, okay, this is completely and utterly retarded.
Completely and utterly retarded. That's Shane's special phrase of the day. Everyone finish their drinks. Cheers, everyone.
Mine's already empty.
I'll get another one, sir, because you said the special phrase. Either that or you get goo poured all over you, just like that old TV show on Nickelodeon.
Yeah, I remember when Nickelodeon was good.
Man, they had, do you remember their shows were good? Like fucking Invader Zim, Ed, and Eddie. Like, they had awesome content.
Yeah.
And then it just went to shit.
Remember when TV used to be good?
Do you remember when we used to be talking about Game of Thrones? So we've been all along the dirt. Let's go back to Game of Thrones. We'll quickly go through these theories and we'll get to Sweet and Sheet and we'll wrap up. The theories of, we know that Jon is now a Targaryen Stark. He is the Song of Ice and Fire. So the story is probably technically about him, but what Bran's significance hasn't really been revealed yet. We know he has superpowers, but it hasn't been revealed. Could the story truly be about the youngest Starks, about Arya and Bran? Could they be the ones that save the kingdom? Could they be the ones that make the difference?
I feel like Arya definitely has like a huge part to play, and that's another thing that I really enjoyed about this season is that they really showed like how far she's willing to go to basically avenge her father and her family. And I think that's a really strong characteristic throughout this season that was showing. And that's why I think they're kind of leaning more towards how important she is. And I mean, same with Bran. Like, not really much has happened with him because, he's the Raven and all that stuff now. But there has to be something. Like, he's not just there to kind of see the future and the past and stuff.
He's not there just to reveal that Jon's a Targaryen because everyone else is dead. That's not his only.
Yeah, exactly. But I love the theories of his connection with the
Night King,
the king, the White King or whatever.
Night King.
I can't think. Yeah, his people are connecting him with that, and I'm like, that's super interesting.
So here's what the theory is that we get this flashback scene where we see a man who's sitting on a tree, not standing, tied up, and then there's a child in the forest, including Leaf, who are putting a dragon glass dagger into his chest, creating the first White Walker, and he becomes the Night King. We know that the other subsequent White Walkers are created by the Night King's touch. These are the children of Craster, or people that he's kidnapped from the Magnar of Then or from the Wildlings over the years. That's where his army's been risen from. The original one was made by them. Then the speculation is that Bran is the gentleman we see sitting on that tree because he isn't standing, so his legs don't work. It looks like Bran quite a bit.
Yeah.
And if he's the Three-Eyed Raven and the Night King, I mean, it kind of makes sense because he can affect the past and we know he can see into the future, but I don't know if he's seen that yet. And maybe he has to do this because the White Walkers are actually the good guys in the story.
Yeah, well, and we know he's going to be riding a dragon at some point. So.
See, that's what I want. Who's the third dragon rider? We know that one is Jon. So people are saying that it is Tyrion because Tyrion's possible father is Aegon.
Yeah, that's the other theory that I heard too, which is also awesome. But where one of them is now an ice dragon, are they going to be able to still control it? Like, are they still going to have that connection?
I know one person can control it. Bran. Well, Bran is the only one.
Yeah, he can. Right? He can warg into the dragon. All of that's true. I think it's probably going to be straightforward. I think it's going to be Jon, and it's going to be Daenerys, and it's going to be Bran warging into the ice dragon, and that's probably going to be the climax of the, the turning point of the whole sort of finale of next season and things. It should be interesting to see how they close everything off. If we have like 13,000 endings, like the last
Lord of the Rings
in the Lord of the Rings.
Why do you keep shitting on Lord of the Rings, man? I fucking love Lord of the Rings, dude.
No, I'm not. You know, I have nothing against Lord of the Rings.
You're using it for a lot of shitty examples. Are you gonna do a bunch of walking like fucking Lord of the Rings, that piece of shit?
Well, it's true. I like Lord of the Rings, but there's a lot of fucking walking. Okay.
At least the characters in this show are openly gay, unlike the fake closeted homos in Lord of the Rings. Those fucking faggots, am I right?
Yeah, exactly. Why can't they just come out and be normal?
Is there any openly gay characters in Game of Thrones? I don't even know. I know Dario probably took a dick, but aside from that,
in the first few seasons, yeah, there were. Renly Baratheon.
Oh yeah, Renly took
cock. He wasn't openly gay.
No.
And same with the Rose Knight or
oh
whatever.
Yeah, that was his boyfriend, the Prince of Roses.
Yes.
Ah, yes. Okay, I guess there are a couple homos in that show. All right, you guys get it past me, LGBTQ community. You guys already have a transgender in Tormund, who was born naturally a girl, and transracial in the White Walkers. So.
Got their bases covered.
It's ironic that the White Walkers will come south and immediately make all of Dorne employable. Because they'll be white instead of brown. Thanks. This is ROFLcast. So what's Cersei's storyline going to end with? How do you think it happens? Is she pregnant?
Kills her.
Who?
I think the baby kills her.
Ooh.
If she's actually pregnant, I think the baby kills her. And it's going to be
You think she might be faking it, though?
I don't know. See, that's the other thing. If she is, I kind of feel like Jaime's going to kill her. Even though, like, that's the obvious choice. But just the look that he gave her at the end of the season, I'm just like, bitch, I think he might take you out.
But what would give him the circumstance to kill Cersei?
I think she's honestly going to go insane. Like, more insane than she already is. But I think she's going to do something that just completely crosses a line. Like, maybe even
blow up King's Landing with wildfire like the Mad King wanted to.
Yeah, or even kill Tyrion or something like that, right?
I don't think her killing Tyrion would make a ton of difference. Jaime wouldn't kill her for that.
If they build up their relationship in the next season to the point where they get really close, it could, though.
You think so? Brotherly love trumps twin love?
I mean, if she goes crazy enough, I think she could actually push him, and I think that's what they showed us in this season.
I think it's going to come full circle.
You never thought.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's going to come full circle where
I want Arya to kill her. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, me too. But I think the reason why they keep harking on Jaime being a Kingslayer is because now that she's the king, he's going to have to kill her to stop what Aegon was going to do. He saves the city from wildfire again, and that's like and then the mountain kills him. Also, who here is excited for Clegane Bowl? Like, that's what I'm most excited for next season. I just want to see the Cleganes fight. I cannot wait to see the Hound take it on the mountain. I think it'll be the best zombie fight of all time since they both died and come back. Oh, God, I have no idea what's going to happen. But however, they better set that up kind of poetically because it's going to be a really, really great battle. And
that little scene was just like, ah!
Now, the most important story, who ends up with Brienne?
Brienne?
It's Lady Brienne in the books, but yeah, Brienne in the TV show.
Oh.
Tormund, obviously.
Really? I don't know. Jaime. I'm rooting for Jaime, dude.
You're rooting for Jaime?
I am.
I'm rooting for Jaime, too. But I do like that little dynamic. It's hilarious.
I think Tormund dies in battle saving her, and then she kisses him before he dies.
He definitely is going to die, for sure.
Is there any... Okay, let's get our kill list. Who's going to survive to the end?
Jon Snow and Daenerys.
Jon dies, guaranteed. Jon's dead.
I don't think he does.
Jon is here to serve a purpose. He's reanimated. No?
I don't think so. I think he's just like the Starks. Well, even like I guess he's still a Stark, but like they've had such a shit show, and every character in their family that has given you hope and hasn't turned into like a piece of shit at some point has died. They've died. Like anyone good in that family.
Where's Rickon? Bring back Rickon.
Motherfucker needs to learn how to zigzag. No, but like I feel like he is like there to be the only little bit of hope that family has. Like I honestly, at some point, I feel like maybe everybody dies except for him and that family, which is super sad. But
wow, you think Arya and Sansa and stuff are gonna die?
I don't know. I mean, it's hard to tell. I can't trust Game of Thrones.
Yeah, you can't. I think Arya dies. I think Sansa, Bran live. I think Jon dies, and I think Dany lives.
I think Dany's definitely gonna live.
How about Tyrion?
Tyrion's hard for me because I feel like
Tyrion
if I
makes
go
me hard
with the story
too.
with Jaime killing Cersei, I'm like, yeah, but I mean, at the other point, it's another thing. Like he's the underdog, he's the little guy. Like like he might make it kind of thing. But it's hard. He's a hard one.
He is a tricky one. All right, Shane, let's get your calls. Who's going to survive and who's going to die?
Tormund's gonna die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over under in Tormund's like plus 900. He's
The Mountain's gonna die.
the odds on the Mountain surviving are worse than Conor McGregor to beat Floyd Mayweather.
I was almost gonna put $100 on that just in case.
I did, and I won a whopping $32. I'm like, that was a good risk.
Hey, there you go.
That was a great. No, more than that. I spent maybe I think I put probably a total of 300 some odd dollars on bets, and then I did like a flat bet on Floyd to win at like 7-1 odds. So I got like a few dollars for like $100 bet. It was stupid.
I think Sir Davos will live.
Ooh, does Davos have a bigger part to play? Does he become the king, the hand of the king after Tyrion dies in the final battle?
Interesting. So you're going for Tyrion dying?
If Tyrion doesn't die, I'll kill myself.
Oh.
I almost wonder if like Jaime's gonna Romeo and Juliet Cersei.
No, he's going to totally. So first of all, Cersei's going to miscarry because the witch said that she would only have 3 children, and her husband would have 20. So she's
That's
for
what I
sure
mean. If
not
she's
having a
dead,
kid.
she doesn't really have the child, so it kills her in pregnancy.
Exactly. So she's dead one way or the other. I think all the Lannisters die, including Jaime.
I think Jaime's gonna die.
I think he's gonna be heroically gonna get a new name. He'll be called Dragonslayer, Jaime Dragonslayer, instead of Jaime Kingslayer. You like that one, Shane?
Do you feel like they didn't kill any of the big characters this season because they're waiting to kill everyone off next season?
Yes, I think they're just loading it for the fences. Like, we've seen kind of this behavior before. I mean, a lot of people kind of, like a lot of series kind of behave this way where people just start dropping like flies at the end because there's no consequence.
Yeah.
And
but you gotta remember, like during that first season when Ned Stark died, like that was unheard of in television to see the main character of a show, the character that
actor
it invested so much into, just get killed off. Like I was in disbelief when I first saw it, and that was, I think a lot of people were like, "Screw this show! I'm not gonna watch Game of Thrones. They just kill off all the best characters."
No, it's funny. I started reading Game of Thrones when it like first came out, like literally 20 years ago. And I remember reading up to the part where they pushed Bran out the window because like Bran, he likes sweet tarts, he likes to climb, and I'm like, oh, that's me. I was a little climbing kid. I was always climbing shit and getting in trouble. And then he's like, he sees a brother and sister fucking, he gets pushed from a window, and I was like, nope, close it for 10 years. It took me 10 years to go back to that fucking book. Not kidding. But when I did, I was well, it's shitty. Like there's a lot of ways people would have left. Yeah, there's a lot of ways people would have left that show. But I mean, if you stuck up to the point, you wait for the entire first season, Ned's death shouldn't be the thing that turns you off. I think the hundreds of deaths before that, including Robert and like John Aaron and all those other people, are like way worse. But it's funny because like Littlefinger's storyline is over, but he caused all of this.
Oh, for sure.
He's the one that sent the dagger, obviously gave the dagger to kill Bran, and then told Catelyn that it was from Tyrion, and then got Lysa to send Caitlyn a whole bunch of messages saying that the Lannisters are killed John Aaron. Back? She's dead. She got pushed out the moon window.
Oh, not Catelyn, sorry.
Lysa Arryn, yeah.
The mom. When are they bringing the mom?
She died.
No, but
Lysa Arryn.
Caitlin Stark. But Caitlin Stark. Isn't Caitlin Stark like supposed to come back as a White Walker?
Oh, sorry. Yes, she comes back as a thing called Lady Stoneheart in the 5th book. Yeah, so she comes back a lot like the Red Priest, except she doesn't speak or anything. And actually, in her story in the book, she kills Brienne for failing her oath.
Oh.
So, I don't know. The books are way different than what the TV show's going on. And at this point, we can't really look at it.
Well, the Hound is dead in the books too, right?
No. Hound could be... It's the same thing. We thought he might be dead, but he could not be. There was a man with a scarred face saw working with on the docks. Excuse me. So they did kind of allude to it, that he was with the Brothers Without Banners.
In the books as well, he died.
He died, yes. I'm using air quotes, like that fucking helps. And...
I can't even see
anyone across. But for someone that you think is going to definitely survive to the end, who is that? Who's your bet?
Khaleesi.
Okay, you call him Khaleesi?
Yeah.
Who you got, Shane?
Same.
No, you have to pick a different one.
God damn it. Then fuck it. I'm saying Jon Snow is going to survive. He is the rightful heir to the throne.
Oh.
So him and Daenerys are going to make weird incest babies, and that's how the show will end.
And then both the families.
And then she keeps miscarrying because like they're so severely retarded that they can't go through the birthing canal.
Well, hey, at least
pregnant already. They had sex once, and she's already pregnant.
First of all, she can't get pregnant, so there's that.
Yes, she can.
No, she can't.
Well, according to the, although there are some fan theories that explain that away, that say she can actually because she's already fulfilled all of the line items in the prophecy.
Okay, but that's also like saying that he has super Targaryen sperm that can burrow its way through her dragon eggs.
Why?
Well, doesn't he?
They didn't know that she had a family member to impregnate her, so she couldn't get pregnant. But because they have the same blood and it's all creepy, that it'll happen. That's
right. Incest babies take a lot quicker, which is why we need to support our abortion clinics. That's why this episode is brought to you by Planned Parenthood. Can't afford a condom? Just forgot it. Maybe he got stealthed. But if you're pregnant, you can get rid of that baby and donate stem cells to people who want to look younger. Do that today at your local Planned Parenthood. It's taking a life, but it's fun. All right, let's.
I don't think
now
that is the word I
Shit
used for
just
that.
got real.
Okay,
I'm out. It was nice talking to you guys.
The best thing, listen, the thing about if you do force a girl to have an abortion, you have to do the right thing and split the bus fare 50-50. And it's up to you if you want her to take the bumpiest road home so that she remembers her lesson and doesn't do this again. But it's not necessary. But I'll tell you what, she does take that bus through the bumpy road of town. She will never forget her birth control again. Let's go on to Sweeter Sheet.
Sounds like a great idea. Different topic.
Colin Trevorrow. Abortions are legal and free in Canada, and we encourage as many people to have them, especially if you're Native American. I'm not sure if that's racist, but it sounds racist.
Pretty racist.
You remember that time that Canada forced Native Americans to get abortions so we could cause a form of eugenics to wipe out their population through residential schools?
That sounds like something the Nazis would do.
Yeah. Remember the time we talked about Nazis and Antifa and how Antifa are actually worse than Nazis?
I disagree with that sentiment, but go on.
We are pro-ISIS. Pro-ISIS.
No,
Antifa is worse than Nazis.
Nothing that you could do.
Oh no, I did it.
You win.
I did it.
Welcome to ROFLcast.
Welcome to ROFL. And goodbye from ROFLcast. It was a pleasure having you here.
Thank you. Good time. So,
Next up, we are going to go to Sweet or Sheet. And if something is sweet, you will say sweet. If it's sheet, you will say it is sheet. But this is important news that you need to have covered. Star Wars Episode 1X, which I'm assuming is 94. I don't fucking know. Its director is gone. Colin Trevorrow, better known for his thrilling adventure in Jurassic World, was directing it, but now he is not. He is off, which makes it the fourth Star Wars film to book a director, have them work on it for over a year, and then have them kicked off. How do you guys feel about this? And who would you get to fill in?
So I would say first and foremost,
Sweet or Sheet?
Sweet.
Oh, it's a good thing.
Joss Whedon. Fuck it. Bring in.
He's busy. He's doing Justice League.
he will say fuck Justice League, and he will come and do. That's who they should bring in to do Star Wars Episode 9.
Can't just call Joss Whedon every time a fucking nerdy thing falls out of a director. Oh, something nerdy lost its director? I know, we'll put on the Whedon symbol. And he's like, I'm already doing literally Marvel and DC. And you're like, yeah, jump into Star Wars too.
Not all heroes wear capes.
Yeah. Didn't he like lose his? So I've been a Joss Whedon fan since the early 1400s, and one thing I love about Joss Whedon was that he loved his wife. He was a feminist. He taught me that I could love and respect Buffy. Although, you know, we look at the blonde bimbo as someone who's looked down upon in society. He took that trope and made her the most powerful, interesting character that I've seen depicted, and made her a role model for me as a man, how to be strong, how to be brave, how to, you know, support my family and my friends, and how to do what is right. And she was, you know, the negative trope of the blonde bimbo. He taught me that you don't need to look like me or be the same gender as me or really have anything in common to me to be my hero. So, you know, he made Buffy my hero. But I've been following his fan site, Whedon-esque, since I was literally a child, like, you know, early days internet. And that site shut down recently because of his allegations of his rampant misogyny and sexism towards his staff and the people he worked for, and having sex with a whole bunch of them, cheating on his wife, and then bragging about it. And then the fan site that's been around for literally 20 years, like since I was literally a child, is gone. How do you guys feel about that? Do you think someone's personal life should really affect their professional life?
Well,
yeah, I love this. He was like,
no, it's such a hard thing that I struggle with a lot, because there's a lot of like douchebags in the industry that do the shittiest stuff in their real life, but like they're brilliant, and I'm just like, it's so hard to separate.
It is. I don't know where I stand.
But I mean,
honestly.
also, is
I don't
that
have
true?
an answer.
Do they have proof?
Yeah, no, he admitted to it, and him and his wife going through divorce proceedings, and all this shit became public.
But it's also, was that like something that he did more back in the day and now he's changed, or
I don't know.
has he always just been like it and is still like it?
I think that he was, from what I read from his statements, is that he was like that. He was an apology like that. He explains why he was like that, and he didn't necessarily stop.
Yeah, okay.
So, that being said, would you still pick him to direct Star Wars Episode 9?
yes, because I feel like the Star Wars films require someone who knows how to deal with an ensemble cast that can tell stories of multiple characters and has that level of experience. Yes, you know, there is a sense of, and it's same kind of thing. You know, there was a lot of like, you know, J.J. Abrams isms in that first Star Wars film. But I mean, if I had to pick somebody to come in and direct that movie and to make it really good, to make the characters be interesting and compelling and make it quirky and funny and all of the film to be, yes, I would want it to be Joss Whedon. And, you know, I honestly can't think of a better director to do it. Like, I wouldn't want to put,
he's
like,
doing
Spielberg
a Batgirl film. He's doing a JLA film. It's not a practical choice. Just because he's a good superhero director movie. He's not even that good of a superhero movie director.
But
he did a shit job on Ultron.
It's more so about his ability to handle ensembles and deal with multiple character stories.
Let me make this argument for this faggot. What's his name? Colin Trevorrow. Safety Not Guaranteed ensemble cast really handled well. It was a great movie with a lot of different types of personalities, and it was such a specific humor, but it landed. Jurassic World, not a good movie. A very bad movie. But the characterization and the scenes where they balance, it was balanced really well. So, I mean, the director part was good. It's just the script and the producing that really, really sucked. And, you know, obviously the editing. But, yeah, I don't know. I think he would have done a really good job. And I think it's really, really, really weird that Star Wars keeps firing directors after dumping millions into them.
Yeah, did they say why?
Well, because he had creative difference. Well, what does it say every single time, right?
Oh, yeah, because they want to do something, and then they're like, no, you can't do that.
Well, I mean, you look at what happened with the director of Fantastic Four and Chronicle, Josh Trank. You know, Josh Trank did an incredible job on Chronicle. He did a shit job on Fantastic Four, but that's more the studio's fault.
Those movies are awful.
He did the latest one, but
they're all awful.
Well, I mean, the latest one is probably, like, the latest one...
I actually didn't see the latest one, so I can't say
it has the coolest elements with the worst story and directing, but like I think but I mean, Chronicle is one of my favorite movies ever. I think it's one of the best superhero movies ever. I think it's so brilliant. It's so true to life. It is exactly what would happen if me and my friends all got superpowers. You know what I mean? Like the way they talk, the way they act, how it just like progressively ramps up worse and worse without them meaning to. Like it was so good. I was really excited to see him bring an artistic take to it, but then they got rid of him. And now we know that the last director was kicked off of Star Wars. Rian Johnson even was like supposed to be directing just one of them. Now he might be directing two of them. Like, and Rian Johnson's the weirdest choice of all of them because he makes avant-garde fucking weird silent film almost with fucking Joseph Gordon-Levitt, like Brick and Looper and Brothers Bloom. Like, it's very bizarre he's directing this movie, but I mean, he's a beautiful, incredible director. But if, Joss Whedon aside, because it's a stupid answer, who would you get to answer, or who would you get to direct this movie? Star Wars Episode 9.
I would totally get Michael Bay to direct it because I think Star Wars needs more slow motion sequences.
Well, well, that would also work if we got Zack Snyder. But think about movies about like hope and family and, you know, they're whimsical. Like, what movies kind of come to mind when you think of those things? For me, things like Stardust comes to mind, Princess Bride. You know, I think those kind of had the same vibe that Star Wars does. It's almost, Star Wars had a very innocent vibe almost, right? That's why I think Matthew Vaughn, I know he did like more R-rated movies with Kingsman and Kick-Ass and First Class and stuff like that, but he also did Stardust, and he can do a really good, sweet fairy tale, and he would absolutely nail this movie because his visuals and action are on point.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it, bring J.J. Abrams back.
Really? J.J. Abrams only worked on Star Trek, but that's cute. You got them confused. All right, so Kayla, what's your opinion about Colin Trevorrow being kicked off, and is that sweet or sheet?
I mean, sheet. I think I hate when it comes down to just being like the whole differences of how you want to film stuff. And it's probably something small. Like, I would love to know what they were actually arguing for.
Oh, guaranteed it was something fucking tiny. I mean, go ahead.
It's just like, you know, I find a lot of people, like, I write scripts and stuff like that. And I always found whenever I wrote stuff, like if I was ever to get one of my movies made, like, you have to have a point of give and realize that an outside perspective is a good thing. And a lot of people, the way that they write, they don't want anyone to ever change or touch anything because they believe everything they've written is pure genius when it's not. You know, that's how you get Wild Wild West. Like, it's not. But I don't know. It's hard when it comes to that. And I honestly couldn't say who I'd want to direct it in that place because I don't know, like, a lot of really strong directors. I'm more into the whole acting side of things, so I can't really give a fair opinion on that.
Well, we're gonna take this move as neutral for now. Mm-hmm. All right, Dracul is being developed in the cinematic universe we talked about earlier. It is a prequel to Dracula, and it is being directed by Andy Muschietti, who is a Italian director who directed Mama and It.
Okay.
Yeah. So, how do you feel about that? Dracula by the director of Mama and It. To me, that sounds fucking incredible. He's Italian.
It'd be nice.
You know.
Yes, sorry. Go ahead.
He's Italian, just like Bram Stoker.
It'd be nice to see a vampire movie done well because it's been so long.
What was the last great vampire movie?
I don't even know.
Vampires with James Woods.
Oh my god! Deep cut, sir. Well done. Wow. I was gonna say Los Morotos with Bon Jovi. That's a John Carpenter movie.
From Dusk Till Dawn.
That's actually a great movie.
Yeah, that is a great movie.
How do you guys feel about the Underworld series? Are there any good in there? I haven't watched them all.
I like the first one.
I like the first one as well, and then it just kind of went like they made too many.
Yeah, I didn't like any of them. They're all fucking stupid. Oh, the best vampire movie in the last 10 years is Let the Right One In.
Which one?
Let Me In, I guess, would be our version. Let the Right One In is the original.
Okay, yeah. So you're talking about the original being.
Oh, actually, I like both. I wouldn't even discern between the two, to be honest. I mean, the original is definitely a better movie, but they did a really good job on the remake. I was actually very... he went on from that to do Planet of the Apes, which I thought was a fucking wicked series. I cried in the last movie. I loved it.
I haven't seen the last one yet.
Oh, it's great. It's real fun.
Yeah, I gotta watch it.
Yeah,
I like me a good cry.
All those movies are great. It's so fucking good. So we're due for a really good vampire movie.
Yeah.
Who would you guys like to see play Dracula?
Me.
You could be one of my brides of Dracula, but I will definitely be Dracula. Do you want a female Dracula? I don't know if that would fly.
No. I mean, I don't know. I feel like he's probably overrated, but Tom Hiddleston's so pale. I feel like he could do a good job.
Tom Hiddleston would do he would do a job that was very similar to the 1995 edition with Keanu Reeves, which I'm very okay with. I'm super okay with that.
But I mean, also, if he got the right director, that could sort of reel him in. But I mean, I think he's a great actor, and I feel like
he's a bit of a theater actor, though, don't you feel?
That's why I like him.
Oh, okay, fair enough. See, I wouldn't want him and Kenneth Branagh doing a movie kind of thing. It'd be so campy and so cheesy and so deliberate.
That's the problem. I don't want it to be campy. I want it to be good.
Well, now we know we got we have a great director, but he just needs great talent. And if he can rein in Tom Hiddleston better than he was reined in by Guillermo on Crimson Peak, that fucking horrible movie.
Oh my god, that movie!
Holy shit, that movie's bad.
Oh, I forgot about that movie. Why did you bring it back?
Because I wanted to give you PTSD. That's what this is for. So we got Dracula coming from the It directors at Sweeter Sheet. Kayla?
Sweet.
Shane?
Yeah, I think it's pretty sweet, assuming that it's the director of the new It and not
not the original 1986 double VHS TV special. Have either of you seen Mama?
I have.
Mama's terrifying. That's a scary fucking movie, man.
Yeah, I like that movie. My only problem is I wish it was less special effects and more makeup.
They did 50-50, which I thought was good, but the CG scenes were obvious because they didn't have the budget to make it look like the real scenes. So the real scenes looked a million times better. There's actually a really good thing you can see on YouTube. I'll link to it on ROFLcast.com. If you guys go to YouTube and look up Mama bodywork test, it shows this contortionist doing the movements for Mama, and it is stunningly terrifying. Just a dude in a fucking room. I mean, he did the body movements for Mama. That's why it was so terrifying. And then they did CG layer on top of it, which is so stupid.
Because I mean, their makeup is brilliant. They can do such brilliant things with makeup and costuming. I feel like some of the times they just rely on CGI too much.
Yeah, and I think that was proven by, I think a really good example of that is the aforementioned Let the Right One In versus Let Me In. Let the Right One In had no CG, and it was gorgeous, and it had visceral moments that were tight, and Let the Right One In had lots of CG in certain moments, and it felt cartoonish at times. It almost ruined it. And I god damn it, what was another? Oh, Wreck. So one of my favorite horror movies, Wreck, an Italian horror movie, is about a reporter who gets trapped in a building that has an outbreak of a virus, and then there's someone in the attic that was making it and has transformed into a creature, and that was all practical effects done with a night vision camera. in the Italian version, and then it was all CG in the American version, and people are like, this looks fucking retarded. It's like, yeah, because when you get like a gaunt, weird looking person to shuffle around a room in night vision, that's scary. You can get a bunch of CG artists, have some fucking creature move around in the background that looks like dog shit, it's not scary.
Yeah, it's scary if it's believable that it's actually really happening. If you can tell it's fake, then it just ruins it.
I think that's why Hellraiser holds up so fucking well. Like, that's a really great movie, and it's because all those effects were done practically by I'm blanking on his name, forgive me, but he also did the Xenomorphs and Alien and Predator and fucking the original Iron Man. Like, he's done so much shit, and he's been around for a million years, and he recently passed away. But yeah, those practical effects can like make a significant difference. Speaking of practical effects, how about having more Japanese people in Wonder Woman? It looks like the Wonder Woman sequel might be featuring Japanese internment camps. How do you guys feel about that?
It's part of history?
Yeah.
Isn't it not like a weird setting for Wonder Woman?
It's a weird setting for anything. It's kind of, an unfortunate time period. I guess if they're trying to add some form of, like, I don't know, like trying to make it seem compelling or dark or like historic or something.
Dark
I guess
is what
that's
they're
a
going
time
for.
period.
Yeah.
Like I guess that's a thing you could show, but it's.
Is Wonder Woman the best superhero for a concentration camp? Is really what the question I'm getting at here. Like, fuck, dude. There's so many other stories.
Superhero the best for a concentration
man.
camp?
Well, you know what? And like, I actually really like what Patty Jenkins did with Wonder Woman. I thought it was a great movie.
Yeah.
It was very fun, but the villain was absolute dog shit. Useless villain. Probably one of the worst villains I've seen in these superhero movies. And
because they had like such a great actor for it.
I know, he's so good, and they didn't use him, and it didn't make sense. And I feel so mad they didn't use Mooney. I guess I know him as because of fucking Harry Potter. Or yes, he's Mooney.
You're a wizard, Harry.
It's not you. The real you is inside of you. He's like, I'm going to turn into Scooby-Doo anyway. He did look like Scooby-Doo though, right? Fucking Prisoner of Azkaban. Yeah, and I feel like they didn't give us that. And one of my favorite scenes in that movie was the trench scene where she's like, fuck this, I'm just going.
Yeah.
She runs out to the middle, puts her shield down, and is like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. And it makes a ton of sense, because if a brightly clad person was like in the middle, they would be aiming at that and looking at that, reflecting all that light. People could sneak around that way. It makes sense. And Patty Jenkins fought against that scene to be put in the movie, which worries me about Patty Jenkins, because I know that this movie was not her movie, that it had a ton of Zack Snyder influence and Warner Brothers influence, as we can tell. I mean, obviously that slow-mo to ramp up fast motion is so fucking played out. I mean, that's an old effect at this point. I'm over it.
Slow-mo in
yeah.
general.
And we saw a ton of that in the series. And there's a lot of like weird decisions. Like, none of the people from Themyscira wore slutty clothing, but then when Wonder Woman leaves, she wears slutty clothing that's brightly colored, when no one there had brightly colored slutty clothing. Like, everyone from Themyscira is more covered than she is.
Hollywood, baby.
That's real weird though, right? And then, like, little things, like, they had probably the biggest feminist victory of that movie is having the absolute legend, the greatest boxer of all time, Ann Wolfe, play Artemis. And they show her in the movie for like 5 minutes. I mean, that's such a lost opportunity. Show her boxing or something. I mean, you literally, it's like hiring Muhammad Ali and then being like, nah, you just gotta say a couple lines and hang out in the corner. Like, this is the dumbest fucking thing I've seen them do. But I don't think the movie going to an internment camp is a good idea. I think it's the dumbest fucking idea I've heard. I want a just straight up proper Wonder Woman story with like Greek shit and her fighting like mythical beasts and shit. Right?
You don't want historically accurate war films starring Wonder Woman?
Oh, I would love a historically accurate war film, especially if the right fucking plane for the World War they're in. You dumb motherfuckers. Jesus Christ. Or the right guns. I saw World War II guns in there. I'm like, what are you doing? I swear I saw a tank. I swear I saw a tank at one point, which wasn't invented until 10 years after the war. Like, there's so much shit in that fucking movie that was so inaccurate. Even the outfits are wrong. Like, that shit you see in a museum. Like, it's so easy to get right, and they get it wrong. Ugh.
Yeah, they don't really care about historical accuracies, though, it seems.
Not yet. I mean,
Not yet.
Weirdly enough, they kind of did in Jurassic World. They had a lot of like real like feathers on the dinosaurs and shit. They had a lot of really accurate shit. So let's wrap it up. Wonder Woman, Japanese internment camp, sweet or sheet?
Impartial?
Really? You don't give a fuck if she goes to
know.
Japan or she goes to Canada and goes to a fucking Japanese internment camp and is like, oh, you guys can only bring 2 bags here? I can block bullets. Like, well, they're not shooting us, so you're a little fucking useless right now.
Well, okay, like I will say in the sense of it being like a superhero film, like I guess overall it's just kind of shit. Like that I don't
It's a
really
shit
wanna
idea, man. Same with the movie.
I don't really want to see that in my superhero films, but I'm not opposed to like showing historically accurate things in film. I think that's okay to do. Again, it comes down to what they do with it. Is it done well? Is it an interesting story? Is it, what are all those other components and elements? So to say, just outright say it's shit is a little bit more difficult than some of the other things that you've asked.
I would say, though, the premise of it, based around what we know about Wonder Woman and what people are expecting as fans, is a shitty idea because there's a lot better stories that they could give us. I mean, you could make fucking Schindler's List and have Wonder Woman walk around in the background. It doesn't make it a good Wonder Woman movie. It'll be a great movie, not a good Wonder Woman movie. And that's how I feel about a lot of superhero movies, actually. There's like some good movies, but there's certainly sure shit like not good fucking like God, I wish I had a handy example. Blade, it's not a good Blade movie, but it's a good movie. You know what I mean? Love that movie. Okay, so we're gonna set that as sheet because I want it to be sheet.
Sure.
X-Files, one of my favorite shows ever, is back, but is doing serial Monster of the Week shows instead of a bigger or overarching story. Do you think that's a mistake? Because I feel like every time X-Files comes back, I am hoping that I'll get little pieces that lead me towards the answers to the mystery, but I got so little on those 6 episodes they came back with, and I was so hoping for more, but it seems like Fox doesn't think people want that. They just want Monster of the Week. But we have all these open storylines. Do you think that's a wise idea?
The shows that I like to watch are the ones that, like you said, have the underlying story that
like
you're
Battlestar
watching
Galactica.
It's building up to a climax and to a point where you get all the answers that you wanted, and that's what made this show so that's
intriguing.
What makes shows successful. Yeah, like you want there needs to be something underlying stringing it together. Otherwise, you just have another like shitty cop show that has nothing for you to hold on to. You could miss an episode and not miss anything, and that's
Law and Order with aliens.
Yeah, basically.
That's the thing. I think I'm gonna be a little done with X-Files, which really breaks my heart because it meant so much to me over the years. But Fringe gave me that show, but better, like a lot better.
Yeah.
And I really loved Fringe. I thought they nailed every fucking moment of that show. And they gave me Monster of the Week. They gave me the overarching story. It all tied back. It was... I would say skip the new X-Files. Personally, I'm going to call this sheet, and I never thought I'd call new X-Files sheet, but I'm going to say it. How about you guys?
I haven't watched it, but if that's what it is, then sheet.
And I would say that based on what I watched from the last season they brought back, yeah.
2 good episodes last season, though. 2 really good episodes last season.
I had 6.
Yeah, but 2 of 6 is not bad. 1 in 3? 1 in 3 is like a sexual ratio for you. You have sex good 1 in 3 times.
That's sad.
No, it's okay. The other 2 times we mostly just cry and cuddle and talk about what's wrong. Now, this is a weird one. I don't know how to feel about this, and I don't want to sway you, but it's really weird. Netflix remade Magic School Bus with Magic School Bus Rides Again, and the animation is like kind of simple Flash animation. How do you guys feel about that? Okay, good talk.
Simple Flash animation.
That's what it kind of looks like to me.
I like the idea of bringing back the Magic School Bus. I have fond memories, like nostalgic when I was a small child, but it's Like what do you it's almost like when Bill Nye came back with his show and I watched like the first 2 episodes on Netflix and I was like, this is just kind of garbage.
It's not the Bill Nye I know and love.
That wasn't the show that I wanted out of Bill Nye, and I don't want to be one of those guys that's like, oh, you got gender shit wrong, I don't want to watch the show. Yeah, okay, he did get gender stuff wrong, but I mean, I can forgive errors in a show, I guess.
No, I think the show is just not very good.
I don't get why they're using all these YouTube... Listen, I'm in love with Carly Kloss. I have taken selfies with her billboards at Superstore. I don't even shop at Superstore. I went there to go see her Joe Fresh ads. Like, I love Carly Kloss, but it's not the right people to be doing this. Like, they're trying to make it cool, but it was never cool, and that's what made it cool. Does that make sense?
Well,
yeah.
It's like, I think that it's the same trope that everyone's falling into in terms of Hollywood, in terms of TV, Netflix, whatever it is. It's just everyone is creating properties based on previous things because it has some form of either nostalgic or, the
we've always done that, though.
Well,
member berries.
Yeah, the member berries thing, right? And yes, like to some extent, it's always been done. If you go back in time, we're still making goddamn Hercules stories.
We're making the thing this year.
2,000 years.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, why not make something original? Why not make some original content?
Oh my God, yes.
A video about that earlier today on YouTube about just how everything has just become like this echo chamber, and it's just more of the same, and then just new versions of the same thing. It's because people don't want to invest the capital to take a risk, to take a chance. Like, and it's not to say that they don't, but again, it's like when you're looking at creating entertainment, you're looking at spending millions or tens of millions of dollars.
Yeah,
everything is a calculated risk. Everything is
totally.
What's the likelihood of this succeeding or this failing, and what are the best ways for us to hedge our bets? And that's why they're bringing back the Magic School Bus. Now, that being said, again, if the content is great, if it's really good and really well done, then that's awesome. Then make it happen. But the audience that remembers the Magic School Bus, I don't think that's the audience that's going to be watching the new remake of the Magic School Bus.
I mean, I do. With my son, I watch. My son, holy shit. My nephew, what? Holy fuck. I never legitimately accepted my son, and if you're listening to this, please don't take that as me wanting you in my life. I have lots of kids in Europe. My nephew, this is like the type of content that I would show him would be like old Magic School Bus episodes. We did one the other day about Ralphie getting sick, and then when I was sick, so he would get his toys, but Kate, we're gonna go inside you and look what's wrong. And I love that. Like, it's it's so sweet to see things that I loved as a kid being passed on to another generation. But I'm looking at this new one, and it doesn't have the same vibe. Like, once again, it is literally Flash animation. It is a Flash animated show. Flash is literally dead. And it shows they have a lot of the new same characters, but they have a new teacher instead of Miss Frizzle, and and it's still just another redhead chick. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm not opposed to people remaking the things that I loved as a kid, because it doesn't undo those things. Like, I don't give a shit if you make a shitty version of Ghostbusters. Yeah, that was definitely a very bad movie that was based on something awesome. But I'm also been a Batman fan since I was a child. I lived through fucking Batman Return or Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. If I can survive that, I can survive a female Ghostbusters, and I can survive a shitty Flash animation Magic School Bus. And I would love for the kids of this generation to have that kind of whimsy and fun that I had of this, and learn a bunch of shit. But I'd also like to see some production value put behind it.
Yeah,
because the animation was really good for its time, and this is average to bad for its time. And I think that definitely hampers the show in a little bit. But I don't honestly don't have a problem about it. Kate McKinnon from SNL is playing the new Miss Frizzle. How do you guys feel about that?
Man, they're really trying to shove this chick down our throats, aren't they?
Yeah, why do they want us to like Kate McKinnon so much? Like, she's okay. I'm fine with her, but shit.
Yeah, like, I don't hate her, but I'm just like, damn. Like, it's like what they tried to do with Kristen Wiig. Like, when she
Kristen Wiig is like, more talented, I would say. She has more characters. And that's the thing. I think they're trying to make her into Kristen Wiig, because Kristen Wiig came in to fill the gap that was left by Amy Poehler and Tina Fey. And she did a great job. And then she went to a lot of success. So when she left, they immediately got Kate McKinnon in. It's like, Kate, you're going to do all the same characters and all the same roles and see what happens. But Kate McKinnon, don't get me wrong, excellent actress, really plays a character well. Her bits haven't been really funny, though, and that's what made, I would say, someone like Amy Poehler and Tina Fey super famous, is that their bits were really good. Not the acting, because Tina Fey is not a good actress. She's a hilarious comedian, though.
Yeah.
So we got to decide on this. Sweet or sheet? Kate McKinnon, Magic School Bus.
Sheet.
Sweet.
All right. We got one for sweet. Were you a big fan of Magic School Bus growing up, Shane?
I was a fan of the Magic School Bus growing up, but I do really like Kate McKinnon, and I think she's hilarious on SNL. And I think the reason why...
What's your favorite character of hers? Sorry to interrupt.
I don't watch SNL, so I can't go off of that.
I never miss an episode.
I can't watch it anymore.
Well,
it's more about the lexicon of humanity.
I don't watch a huge amount of SNL, but I did really enjoy when she was doing her Hillary Clinton stuff during the election.
Those are pretty good.
Yeah, true.
I think that she is a really funny comedian, and I think, that I'd like to give her more of a chance. Maybe she can be as poignant as someone like Tina Fey and those, and the other people. Like Kristen Wiig is a great writer and a great actress as well. I would say that they did an injustice to Kristen Wiig for the role they gave her on Ghostbusters, just making the whole goddamn movie be improvised and not giving them any type of actual script.
Or how about making the only black character the jive-talking, uneducated one? That was really, really shitty for a black community.
But they put women in it, so it's okay.
Yeah, but no, I'm going to diverge for just 1 second, Shane, and we'll get back to your point. But the most important thing Ghostbusters did is that they had a black character who wasn't a black character. He was just a regular guy who happened to be black. He liked his family, he wanted to do his work, and he wanted to go home, and that was it. And then he became an icon for black communities. And guess what? We don't have to be the Chris Tucker character every time. We don't have to be the fucking, loud, jivey, funny talking sidekick. We can be something else. And just the regular person. And then when the Star Wars, and that was a huge deal for the industry at the time, and it was an unsung, victory for that movie. And then when they remake it, they go 20, they take one step forward with adding females and then go 20 steps backwards when it comes to race relations by making a dumb black stereotypical character again. Why can't Leslie Jones be the fucking scientist? How funny would it be if Leslie Jones was like, you stupid motherfuckers don't understand how quantum theory works? What, you guys even fucking read? Like, that would be a great fucking way to handle her character. But instead they made this garbage. Back to you, Shane.
I would say in Leslie Jones' defense is that her character and her role in that movie was probably still the best out of all of the things that happened.
Says how bad it is, right?
And, well, totally, right?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, I thought she did an amazing job, and it was like in the spirit of actual Ghostbusters, which is just a group of guys. One of them is like a psychologist that's trying to get laid by women.
Yeah.
One of them is like an out-of-work scientist, and it was very much about like a bunch of entrepreneurs that start this business.
Yeah.
As people who are going to bust ghosts. Like,
you're right. It's a very entrepreneurial. It's kind of like salt of the earth people.
Well, and so like Leslie Jones's character is pretty much the only one that actually has any semblance to what the original Ghostbusters, like the spirit of it actually was, which is, it kind of harkens back to what's his name? What's the guy that played that character in the original Ghostbusters?
Venkman? Bill Murray?
No.
Ernie Hudson?
Ernie Hudson.
Yeah.
It's like Ernie Hudson's character, which is Ernie Hudson just shows up and he's like, I need a
job. Yeah.
If it's 9 to 5 and it pays me, then I'll be there. But it wasn't, they tried to make the new customers, the new Ghostbusters, like larger than life and make it this entire huge thing that it wasn't supposed to be. And
like aliens.
They really fell flat in terms of, there was way too much improvisation going on in it. There wasn't enough actual like jokes. It was like there would be a funny joke that they just kept talking over, and they just kept talking over and kept talking. And it was like, you don't have to fill every second and every moment of dead space with talking. There's a reason to have dead space. And the thing is, if you watch that original Ghostbusters film,
6 jokes. 6 jokes. That's it. There's 6, and that movie's one of the funniest movies of all time.
There's so much room to actually have like a sense of being scared. Like that was the thing with Ghostbusters, is that there was actually some scenes that were, built some tension. It wasn't always breaking the tension with a fart joke or a queef joke or, some other type of joke. And to me, that's why the new Ghostbusters fell flat. It just... Anyway,
we lost the horror aspect. Fuck Ghostbusters. We were talking about Josh Bernthal's Punisher is coming out with flashbacks to when he was in the military, but they've also released that there's going to be a sequel series for every single one of the Netflix series, including 2 more. What do you think the 2 new series will be? And are you happy to see more seasons of the Netflix Marvel's universe?
The Walking Dead guy is going to be Punisher? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah. His own solo series. That's sweet news to me.
I love him. Like,
I think he's the best.
I'm really excited for that. So excited.
There's no way in hell that it can be worse than the Iron Fist. So
I haven't watched it yet, but I keep hearing
Holy shit. It is.
I couldn't get through it.
You know what it sounds like? It sounds like someone did a book report on how to do a Marvel show, but did it really badly. They're like, and no, actually, I think all the shows are beginning. Well, I think Daredevil and Jessica Jones are both great shows, but they're great in different ways, and they're very, very different. And I almost feel it's unfair to compare the two because one's an emotional story, one's an action story. But the Luke Cage wasn't good. Let's be honest, it wasn't good.
I'm watching it right now, so I cannot really. I'm like halfway through.
That's how good as it gets. That's it.
I love him though. I think he's
great.
Really
I think he's fantastic. I enjoy some moments that he has, but it's not a good show. But Iron Fist is just bad. It's like the worst form of Arrow. Like, it is bad.
No.
It is though, because Arrow is about a rich kid who gets lost at fucking sea and then comes back with superpowers. It's the same fucking story. It's just way, way worse. But the weird thing is they follow the scaffolding of all the other Marvel shows, but just fail. And I have no idea why that show sucks. But I just know it sucks.
Sure.
Well, the dialogue, the acting, and a whole bunch of other shit. I also hate that main guy. Now, speaking of which, that's the one gay character from Game of Thrones, the Prince of Flowers.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So, Punisher, Sweet or Sheet?
What?
Punisher, Sweet or Sheet?
Sweet.
Inhumans comes to theaters. No one watches it. Everyone says it's the worst thing ever. Does this mean the end of the ABC Marvel Universe? Sweet or Sheet?
The Inhumans came out? What?
Inhumans might get canceled immediately because it's such shit.
Isn't it a show?
Yes.
Oh, or is it a movie?
It's a TV show. They brought it to theaters. Yeah. No one watched it, but those who did said it was the worst thing they've ever seen.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Which means that if this show goes under, that means Agent Carter, this show, and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. will all be canceled. And that's it. Because Agent Carter was canceled already. Right? Yeah, but they were planning on bringing it back.
I think they need to just calm down a little bit with the superhero stuff. Like, they're just pushing it in our faces too much.
I agree.
Like, it's just like...
Who gives a fuck about the Inhumans?
20 shows.
Who cares about the goddamn Inhumans?
Like, focus on making, like, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. better with the Inhumans and that. You don't need to give them an entire, like, new show or, like, it's just,
Yeah, I think it's sheet news. How about our sweet news that it'll get canceled and cancel the entire universe because all the shows suck? How about you, Shane?
Oh, man.
I want Inhumans to do good because it's a great story and great...
I will say that it's sheet because the show sucks. Because they should have made an awesome show that everyone is compelled by, interested in, and really wanting to see more than all the other things that are out there, because they could have done something unique. If it does actually suck, and this isn't just like superhero fatigue, then that is really shitty, and that is sheet.
That is sheet.
Yeah.
Okay, fuck this. I'm gonna kill that from my memory and it ever being fucking movies. I'm not watching any of it. I'm not watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm essentially giving up on Marvel's TV shows unless they're animated or on Netflix because they haven't given me shit.
I can only handle so much.
Is there any superhero shows that you guys enjoy watching? Kayla, you mentioned earlier you watched The Flash.
Yeah, I really like The Flash. I like all the actors and stuff. I need them to do a new villain because I'm just tired of, like you said earlier, watching the superhero essentially fight themselves. Except
he's doing Reverse Flash right now.
What's that?
He's doing Reverse Flash right now. Bolt.
Every season it's been Reverse Flash. Every season.
Oh, I haven't.
I think they're on their. I don't know if they're on their third or their fourth season, and it has literally been another speedster that he's had to go up against, and I'm just like, I'm done. I'm like, you need to change it up. Like, we're bored.
Oh, wow. I should watch the show. It's not like I've interviewed multiple people from the show at Comic-Cons and have a friend working, me and Shane have a friend working in the costume department. It's not like that. It's not like we need disappointed for any other reason. But
I enjoy The Flash. I really enjoy it. Like, I think it's a great show. I think they have a lot of good storylines and a lot of good characterizations and stuff like that. It's just a matter of they need to switch it up for the villain because it's just getting, like, same hat.
They need to make like an independent superhero show. Like the only superhero show I've really enjoyed lately is Legion.
Yeah,
Legion really
Legion's
fucked
actually
with
really
me. That
well
was
done.
a goddamn good show, man. Fuck.
I will put that on my list.
If you're into psychology, girl, it's all for you.
Oh, well, there you go. I mean, I did do some of that in university.
One more Pirates. What do you say?
What?
No.
One more Pirates of the Caribbean.
No.
Oh, no. I'm so over that franchise. Like, move on.
It is depending on how the DVD sales do and Blu-ray sales and whatnot. I guess DVDs
People
don't exist.
still buy DVDs?
It says Blu-ray DVD release and on demand. Oh, wow, really? Mm-hmm. Do you have to put those in a cassette player? I'm not exactly sure how they work.
I have a dual cassette, a dual VHS DVD player. No, I buy Blu-rays. I was just being a dick.
Oh, VHS player? Did it have another name for that? Like a VCR, maybe? Funny how everyone forgot that's what they were called the day DVDs come out.
It's called a VHS player.
No one has ever called it that. Everyone called it a VCR.
It's what you put the VHSs in.
Listen, I haven't seen the last few ones. I watched up to 3 and they were just so increasingly bad. Like the first one I thought was actually a really fun movie. I thought it was very cute.
The first one was great.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad film.
I feel like if I rewatched it now, I wouldn't like it as much as I did when it first came out, though.
Yeah, but it was like a fun kids movie. And then the second one, well, the first 45 minutes have nothing to do with the storyline. They're literally saving Jack from an island of people they've never met before, and nothing else ever happens in it. It's really, really fucking weird. And then the third one went to all shit. They're like, oh, it's a Caribbean god, and she's become a monster. She so happens to be the same person who sells you rum. Like, get the fuck out of here. It was, but the villains always look gorgeous. The trailer for the fifth one, Javier Bardem looks incredible. The CG looks great. The cinematography looks great. And I think there's a market for these movies. I say just fucking keep making them. If they can make them to the same, like, just do it. I don't give a fuck, because I'm not going to watch any of them. And if there's a market for those people to make it, I say good on you. Keep making these movies. Let it run for 1,000 years. I felt the same way about Saw.
Making all shitty movies.
Let them. It doesn't stop good movies from being made.
They do some reshoots in Vancouver, so I guess it means more work.
Yeah, silver lining.
Okay, we're just going to call it Sheet all around. Angelina Jolie, Maleficent 2. Let's speed through this one quickly because I have nothing to say about it. Sweet or Sheet?
They're making a sequel?
Yes.
Why?
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 Why would you make a sequel to that?
I don't know.
I didn't even like the first one.
No one did. She didn't like it. She came up publicly and said it wasn't good.
Then what? Yeah, that's just shit.
Honestly, fuck any movies that Angelina Jolie has made lately.
Like, yeah, when's her last good movie? I actually can't even remember a single good movie she's in, to be honest.
Hackers.
Hackers is pretty good. Yeah. That is a really shitty movie that I love.
Yeah.
Because as someone who actually knows how to hack, it is like embarrassingly bad how bad they go. Oh, God, it is bad. He wore Google Glass in that video. Did anyone notice that? That movie came out in 1996. It wore Google Glass. It had a little fucking thing. Yeah. Kind of a weird thing to do. Bond 25, a remake of Her Majesty's Secret Service, and the return of Daniel Craig. Sweet or sheet?
Sheet.
You don't want no more Craig? You done with Craig?
No, I was just. He said he wasn't gonna do anymore, and
He said he'd rather get killed than do one.
Yeah, like I accepted. Like I like Daniel Craig. Don't get me wrong.
Love him.
I accepted that there was going to be a change, and they had put out rumors of who they were looking at, and I started getting a little bit excited.
Was there
and then
anyone
all of
in
a sudden,
particular?
he's coming back.
Was there anyone in particular you're really excited for?
Oh, I was the unpopular opinion and thought Idris Elba would be amazing.
No, that's the best opinion. God damn, he's a professional kickboxer.
I know, he's amazing, and he's like, as from the female perspective, he is fucking hot.
Yeah, I'd risk AIDS and fucking nigger that one time. The thing about Bond that I loved is that he was the first Bond that I felt could probably kick my ass. Like watching the last one with Pierce Brosnan with his fucking pot belly, I'm like, I would stomp the shit out of this old British faggot.
But
Like,
his accent was so sexy.
Oh god, even fucking Sean Connery. Oh, Sean Connery was all hot shit. I would slap the shit out of Sean Connery. He came up to me with this little tiny ass millimeter long gun. I'd fucking pull out a Glock and just blast him 5-0 style. Fuck that. Whereas Daniel Craig throwing niggas through a fucking bathroom stalls and shit and drowning people and stuff. I'm like, oh shit, this guy is not fucking around. I would not fuck with this dude.
Great.
Idris Elba, same way. Do you think he might be a little too old? I wouldn't mind someone younger, but I would like a black actor. I think it'd be a good idea because like that cocky suave thing is kind of a black thing, and you don't like it when white people pretend, even if you're a spy.
Well, especially when they can't pull it off, though. Because, like you said, Daniel Craig's probably like the first one to really pull it off.
Oh, come on,
like,
Timothy Dalton did a great job too. Oh, I would say George Lazenby was shit, but what's his name? I just said his name and I totally forgot it. What's the other Bond?
Sean Connery,
Lazenby, and
Pierce Brosnan.
No, the other one, the earlier one. I literally just said it out loud.
Roger Moore.
Not Roger Moore. Timothy Dalton. Who was also in Hot Fuzz, which is an amazing movie.
So I'm just gonna first apologize to the African American community, and then after that,
for sure,
I am gonna say that I think it's sheet that Daniel Craig's coming back. One of the things that, you know, in terms of the Bond films, you know, they're starting to get pretty stale. And every time they bring a new Bond in, it's always the best Bond film. Like the first Pierce Brosnan Bond, which was GoldenEye, was awesome.
That was a fucking awesome movie.
All downhill.
You didn't like that movie?
I did like GoldenEye.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you said
I love the game too.
Mm-hmm.
The first Daniel Craig Bond movie, Casino Royale, was freaking amazing.
It's the best Bond movie.
And it's like you have this thing where it's like every time they do the first one, it's always the best. An interesting fact.
Kind of ironic. Shane, that same director, right?
Yeah, it's the same director that did.
So was that what you're going to say?
Did Casino Royale.
When I interrupted you, was that what you're going to say?
Yes, that's exactly.
Fuck, dude! Fuck! Rewind it.
Don't worry.
Hey, Shane! I hear of a real interesting fact I won't talk over.
Yes. So I would say, and the thing is, I really do feel like that Daniel Craig is done. I don't think he wants to do it anymore. They're probably giving him a nice fat paycheck, and he's like, all right, fine, I'll do it one more time. Like, I'm not saying I don't like Daniel Craig's Bond. I think he's done a spectacular job. Mm-hmm. There's been some great films that he's been able to make as Bond, and I think
he has been in one good Bond movie.
And as a blonde person, hey, there's nothing wrong with having a blonde Bond. That's pretty cool. But I think it's time, and I totally agree. Idris Elba would be one hell of a badass Bond, man.
Yeah. How embarrassing is it that I just noticed that Daniel Craig is blonde-haired, blue-eyed, and all the others have fucking brown hair, brown eyes?
It just means that you don't see color and race.
Yeah, I just see things I want to fuck.
Exact opposite.
There's a list of things. It's like list of things I want to fuck and a list of things that are not Daniel Craig, and that's it. All right, Sweet or Sheet, Indiana Jones 5 is returning in 2020 without Shia LaBeouf. Sweet or Sheet?
Well, it's sweet that there's no Shia LaBeouf, but I don't know if it's sweet that Indiana Jones is coming back.
Yeah, you know, you think if you try something and fail, you should just like probably stop.
Oh,
that's a terrible sentiment. For
Is George Lucas
for
writing the
movies.
story? Like,
not for real life or for people or for like even relationships.
Just for this.
Yeah.
Just for this movie franchise, not for anything else.
It's a bit like that scene in South Park where they had George Lucas raping Indiana Jones on a pinball machine, like in fucking Deliverance. That really graphic rape scene. Squeal for me, boy, squeal! I actually disagree with you, Shane. I think it's Sheet that's coming... Sweet that's coming back, but Sheet that it's not featuring Shia LaBeouf, because I actually thought Shia LaBeouf might have been a pretty good fit and actually did a decent job. And, there's a lot of problems in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, but Shia LaBeouf's acting was not one of them. He's not a bad actor. And I hate him. He's a douchebag, and I hope he dies like a horrible death due to AIDS. But I don't think he's a bad actor. And I thought he did... I hate saying this, and I know I'm going to get killed for this. I thought he did a pretty good job in Crystal Skull. That's all I'll say. Hands are up in the air. Come at me.
My favorite Shia LaBeouf role is him in Constantine with Keanu.
Yes!
Keanu!
Yes!
So,
what about Holes, man? Holes was great.
So that's my favorite Shia LaBeouf. But I don't know. Like,
is he not a good inheritance for Harrison Ford? Do you not think he can play a young Harrison Ford quite well?
No, I don't think that they should make him be the next Indiana Jones. If you want another Indiana Jones, freaking make it still be Indiana Jones, do a remake and put Chris Pratt in the role and just be done with it.
Pratt is so boring. Holy God, he has no personality. Oh my God.
But he's so handsome.
Oh, I'm saying Chris Pratt. I meant Chris Pine. Chris Pratt's amazing.
Yeah.
Chris Pratt's hilarious. He has a ton of personality. That was a weird thing to say. So, Sweet or Sheet, Kayla.
I thought you're... What?
Sweet or Sheet?
For the Indiana Jones?
Yes.
Sheet, because I didn't watch the last one.
Well, I wish I could trade lives with you. I would take being a woman to undo seeing that film.
I mean, it's only really that bad once a month. Other than that, it's pretty smooth.
So we're done for Sweet or Sheet. That's two sweet and 5 sheet. It's not a good outlook for movies right now. A lot of bad news.
This year has been Sheet for movies. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I have been out to the theater less this summer than I can remember in many a year. Like,
there's some good movies this year.
Not this summer. Like, when I think about what came out,
War of the Planet of the Apes.
Even last year, we had things like Arrival, and there was a lot of really good films. This
Arrival's
year,
real good.
I've just not been interested in what's been coming out in the theaters. We had some really horrible garbage that just did not seem compelling.
Does anything stand out to you at all?
It's been so bad that the theaters made it cheap night every night for a week.
Yeah, theaters have been doing very, very badly recently. That is very true. And there's even passes in the States where you pay like $10 a month and you get unlimited passes to movies. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, I saw that.
So let's say, what do you think was the best movie of 2017 so far, and what's your most anticipated coming up? I'll read you off some suggestions. Wonder Woman, Get Out, Logan, Dunkirk, Baby Driver, Spider-Man, War of the Planet of the Apes, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, The Big Sick, John Wick Chapter 2, Lego Batman, Alien Covenant, Beauty and the Beast, Fate of the Furious, Annabelle Creation, Dark Tower, what else hasn't come out yet? Kong Skull Island. Oh man, I have actually run out of ideas. Atomic Blonde, Ghost in the Shell, Transformers. Anything standing out to you guys as the best movie this year?
Logan.
That's an interesting choice. I never thought it would be a superhero movie as best movie of the year, but I think you're like so right about that. How about you, Kayla? How you feeling?
I don't know. See, that's the problem. Like, I don't really have, like, normally every year there's a movie that I'm just like, I love this movie. I'm going to watch it 100 times. Oh my God, I'm so happy. But yeah, I would have to say Logan or maybe even Wonder Woman. I really enjoyed Wonder Woman.
But there's so many things Wonder Woman got. But I know what I loved about Wonder Woman.
For sure. But
I
really liked.
Go ahead.
What was that? Sorry?
No, go ahead.
No, you go.
No, you go. No, you.
Okay.
Wonder Woman's really cute. I like her.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I think, I know it's so like cliche, but as a woman, seeing a superhero actually as a female being badass and not annoying as fuck, just it like meant a lot for me because I'm a huge nerd. I love superhero movies. Like, they're my jam. Like, I know it's too much superhero going on right now.
Stop it. You're making me hard.
Oh yeah, but I'm wearing a Spider-Man sweater right now. Like I don't know what to tell you.
I'm more of a Venom fan.
Oh, me too.
I would love to cover you in black goo, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh yeah. I mean, you should probably see a doctor about that, but that's not my.
I'm sorry. Is it not all supposed to come out black? I've never watched porn.
But yeah, no, I think I would have to go with the Logan being the best one too. I don't know. I thought it was very, very well done. The story was good, and it was just like there was only one part of that movie that I really hated.
What's that?
And that was when they went and stayed at these people's houses as if they didn't know they were going to get them all killed. Like,
oh yeah, of course you fucking knew that. Okay, for me, obviously Logan's up there. I'd also say Split is one of the best movies I've seen in a very long time.
I forgot about Split.
Really great movie. Dunkirk, obviously. I loved War of the Planet of the Apes, but you know the thing that really got me this year that I thought just did it, like, I mean, you guys wouldn't get it because you're white, but Get Out is goddamn brilliant. It's brilliant in a way that, like, I hate being that guy, but only colored people would understand. Like, it was just so racist. I mean, it's not that white people are incapable of understanding things that we understand. It's just that you guys are bad at math, so we don't try. No, but
a lot of people didn't get it, though. Like, a lot of people just did not get it. And
it's this thing you get. Like, you know, I'm half brown, I'm half black. I look like I'm brown. So when I go out, you know, if people know that I have that black side to me, or if I'm with my black family, they try to be cool and hood with me. Like, guys that are like, hey, how's it going? To someone else would be like, hey, what's up, bro? To me. You know, little things like that. And you see it with a lot of people. And then even with brown people, you know, they're like, oh, wow, you guys are doing so well in the world right now, blah, 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 blah. You know, I bet you're really good at computers and shit. Like, and they think they're being nice about it. But that's what Get Out is about. It's not about people hating black people. It's about people like taking the culture almost. It's a weird thing. I don't believe in cultural appropriation or anything like that, but Get Out is like so good. It's so true. And Dunkirk, I mean, it's probably the best sound editing I've ever seen in my life.
I haven't seen Dunkirk.
Neither have I.
I want to change my answer. The best film of the year was the Emoji Movie.
Oh, I watched it. I swear to God, I watched that movie. I did. I watched 1 hour of it, and I died. And now my family's planning my funeral because my brain melted.
I knew I could talk to ghosts.
It wasn't that bad. It's bad, but it's as bad as all the other kids' movies. It didn't particularly stand out to me, you know, any more than Minions or Frozen or any of that dog shit fucking stands out to me. You know, It's all the fucking same. All right, now we gotten our favorite movies. Mine's Get Out, Wonder Woman, and Logan.
No, I've changed mine. I've legitimately changed mine to Split.
Oh, great. No, it's an amazing movie.
As an actor, especially, like, that is my shit.
You should have a podcast called As a Woman as an Actor.
I should.
Yeah.
I know. It's like I'm apologizing for being a woman and an actor.
Why?
Like,
no, you're allowed to like it. We will forgive you. All right, best movies coming out for the rest of the year. We got Star Wars: Last Jedi. We got my Amazon wish list, which is open for some reason. Jumanji 2, Pitch Perfect 3, Thor 3, Thor Ragnarok, Justice League 1, Kingsman: The Golden Circle 2, Blade Runner 2, Insidious 4, Jigsaw 9. And that's it. What do you guys think will be the best movie coming up this year?
I'm most looking forward to the Star Wars movie, even though there's a lot of shit. Like, whatever.
Don't care. Love them.
Yeah, I'm a Star Wars whore. It's fine. It's great.
Star Wars whore.
Yeah, I would say I'm most looking forward to that, but I'm most intrigued by Thor Ragnarok because it looks like it's stealing from the Planet Hulk storyline, which is one of my favorite recent sort of comic storylines in the last decade. So if they actually do the Planet
it's
Hulk
coming out. Sorry, go on.
Thor Ragnarok, you know, I feel like that could be really cool. And there's not many like superhero movies that I'm super pumped to go see these days, but I'm definitely intrigued and excited to go watch that one.
Ragnarok looks fun for sure.
I think that Star Wars: Last Jedi is definitely on the top of the list.
All right, well, I'm voting for Pitch Perfect 3.
It is like, it is coming out, and I'm excited to see it. I hope it's good.
I think Justice League might be fun. I know Blade Runner's going to suck, but goddamn. Also, Insidious 4 looks pretty good. But yeah, I think for me, Pitch Perfect 3 wins the cake.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, big fan of Pitch Perfect because of the directing and cinematography and CG.
For sure.
I think the CG in Pitch Perfect is probably the best. I don't know. I like those movies. I don't give a fuck.
I like them too.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anna Kendrick is my spirit animal. It's fun.
She's so cute. I love her.
I know. She's who I wish I was.
I love all the cast, to be honest. Now I think about it, I like everyone in there, even that stuck-up blonde chick. She's dating an actor I really, really like.
Anna Camp, I think her name is.
Oh, is that her name? Yeah, she's dating the Anna Kendrick's boyfriend from the first movie and second movie.
Yeah, they're married now, I thought.
Oh, are they? Yeah, he's awesome. He's a huge MMA fan. He's always on MMA podcasts. He's awesome. I could give a shit about the 9th fucking Saw, but It Comes at Night, and there's a few other horror movies I'm just hyped as fuck for. I think it's gonna be a pretty good horror year when it comes to.
I need a good horror movie in my life. It's not enough. There's
Check
not enough
out.
good horror
Well,
movies.
let's talk horror because Annabelle 2 Creation was good, and I don't know how to explain that to people.
I hated the first one.
I hated the first one.
It was
horrible.
garbage.
This one, I think the second one, its pacing was much better. Its B story was dumb. Its monsters looked stupid, but its scares were really good. Its pacing was fantastic, and yeah, it did a lot of things right, even if like a lot of the monster makeup looks like the thing I hate about a lot of these movies is when they show you too much of the monster, like the nun. The nun doesn't scare me. That's a fucking dude in drag who's like running at me with a painting. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Annabelle creeps the shit on me because I hate fucking dolls and they move when you don't see them. It's a bit like that Boo Ghost in Mario. And I hate Insidious for that like spirit dimension bullshit with no actual rules and things just happen and you scream at ghosts until they go away and then one day they just decide, okay, yeah, I'll go away. Like there's a lot of things.
I enjoyed the first one, but after that I was kind of like meh.
Like Conjuring was really good.
I love the Conjuring.
Yeah, Conjuring was awesome. Conjuring 2 was meh. Annabelle was bad, and then Annabelle 2 is good.
I think Annabelle would be so much better if they could use a different doll. That doll is stupid.
Just
like it's not.
Just hold on. Just wait till the doll. The doll does good things in this movie.
But like when
Chucky is creepy.
Yeah, well, like original, it was what was the doll that it was supposed to be, but it was like a doll that you would have as a child.
It was
that's what made it scary.
Yeah, it was a porcelain doll made by this company in the States that like marketed to like TV stations and like the back of ads, like, oh, you can order this doll and shit, and then became like huge. They're called like life-size dolls or something like that, and that's what it's based on.
Yeah, yeah, like that. That's what I mean. Like that's what made it so creepy. It was like it was a doll you would have as a child, but this one looks like something that only a grandma would buy. Like,
yeah, they go back a little bit and explain.
It was a Raggedy Ann doll. That's what it was. Raggedy Ann.
Yeah, but it wasn't the real Raggedy Ann. It was the fake Raggedy Ann.
But still,
because Raggedy Ann was a button-eyed, sewn-up one, whereas this one was a like actual life doll.
Yeah, okay.
Well, either way, it's compelling. I'd say for this week's recommendation, I would recommend going seeing Annabelle 2. It's a fun movie. You'll have a good time as long as you don't have shitty Mexican people behind you constantly making noise because they're scared and don't want to admit it. And then fuck them and hope they get kicked out forever. What would be your suggestion, Kayla, for people to check out this week?
For a movie?
Or a TV show.
You always put me on the spot. Wait, I gotta think about it now. I was too involved in the Annabelle.
No worries. Shane.
What should someone watch this week if they have nothing
recommendations?
Better?
Netflix
if they haven't watched this season of Game of Thrones, I would highly recommend.
That's the shittiest example ever. It's like, hey, if sports fans haven't checked out the Super Bowl, it's real good. Come on. Something harder, man. Dig deep.
Horror.
Harder. Like, what have you watched on Netflix recently that's really good? What hidden gem have you found? Yeah, there's got to be something.
Well, these days I've been quite selective. So, I watch good things. I watch Stranger Things. I watch, shows that are really compelling. Back in the day, I would just consume any type of content, whether it was garbage or good.
We call that pulling an Achilles.
Although I would say I did quite enjoy, and if you're like, people who've been listening to this for a long time know that I'm a pretty big fan of some pretty nerdy sci-fi stuff. There's two shows that I would highly recommend if you haven't watched them yet. One is The Expanse. The Expanse is incredible.
Also canceled.
I would recommend that anyone who hasn't seen it should go and watch what they have produced and released, because it's just a pretty amazing storyline. And Thomas Jane did a great job. The other one, if you're into, a little bit campier, a little bit more, I would say it has sort of like some sort of 90s sci-fi vibe to it, which would be Dark Matter, which is by
also canceled.
Oh, my brother loves that show.
The producers.
Sorry, Dark Matter's canceled. The other one's not. My bad. Go on.
The producers of and writers of some of Stargate and Stargate's SG-1 and Stargate Atlantis, Joseph Malozzi and Paul Mully, they did another series called Dark Matter. I do believe it's actually filmed in Toronto.
Oh, wow.
And that is a really good sci-fi show to get into. So those would be my recommendations. Although that being said, they've been out for quite some time.
And you've also watched all of Stargate, so you're a little biased probably.
I'm extremely biased considering I've seen every season of Stargate multiple times.
It's a good show and a better movie. All right, Kayla, what do you got?
Okay. This one's probably I'm so behind on the bandwagon, but actually I started watching Black Mirror recently.
Oh,
and I'm not
great.
watching in order because you don't need to.
Mm-hmm.
But there's just one episode of it that is about technology and the way that people interact with each other.
Yeah.
That is so true to what the world is becoming, and I think everybody needs to watch at least that episode.
Well, there's a few technology episodes, so let me just specify. It's the one with Ron Howard's daughter.
The rating one where you rate each other.
Yeah, the one with Ron Howard's daughter. Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yeah.
It was a joke against Bryce Dallas Howard.
I always get her confused with Jessica Chastain, so I didn't want to say that.
Yeah, they're both like really skinny redheads, except one's fuckable and the other one's Jessica Chastain. All right, well, that's and my recommendation will be Train to Busan. I love train movies because my ex-girlfriend lied to me about getting trains run on her while I was out of town. So it's a bit of a nostalgic way of me reliving that moment without feeling the emotional scars of that memory. Can I get any feedback from you guys when I say weird and dark shit?
Never.
No, when you guys let me sit here and sit in silence. It's like everyone thinks like, oh, this might be true, and it might actually be bothering him. So I need you guys to just.
I mean, this is the darkest timeline.
This is the darkest timeline. I love that you made a community reference. That's my favorite show. So my recommendation, Train to Busan, incredible movie. It is a Korean film from the same director that did The Host, which is also one of my favorite monster movies. It is a zombie film where this man has his daughter in Korea. They get on a train trying to make it to the countryside while zombies attack. It is hyper realistic. It is scary. It is fun. It is heartfelt. It is. They did a lot of things right to how it act. If it was going to happen like that, let's say those were the zombies, it would be like that. And it was tense and thrilling and extremely well shot. And I really, really recommend watching Train to Busan. Excellent Korean film. Recently came out. It's on Netflix. Great rating. Check it out. Is there anything else you guys want?
Dubbed or closed caption?
It is closed caption. I would not watch a dubbed movie. Is there anything else in the world of movies or games that have been bothering you guys? Or TV? Anything you want to get off your bothering? Something you want to talk about? Get off your chest?
I think I kind of touched on the thing that annoys me these days, which is just people remaking things and doing things just because they feel it has some nostalgic value. Make something because it's good, whether it's a property or not. Just make sure it's good before you make it. Don't make a piece of shit film just because it has a known quantity on top of it. Like that's a
risk.
Yeah.
Totally.
Be willing to lose money, because if you don't do that, we get the same shit and you won't get my money. Because even the dumb people that watch that bullshit, are catching on.
No, for sure.
They're starting to realize it. How about you, Kayla? Is there anything that's been bothering you or anything you want to talk about in the world of movies or TV?
Honestly, the only thing that's been really pissing me off these days is YouTube, so that doesn't really count because I wouldn't call any of that really. I don't know. In terms of movies and TV, I think it's just, seeing the same shit over and over again. I'd like to have something new and original and entertaining that isn't predictable, because I'm so tired of watching TV shows and movies and predicting what's going to happen.
What
Very
pisses
annoying.
you off about YouTube?
We'll get to that in the uncut. In the meantime, make sure you guys check out the new season of the Mindy Project. It is an unsung, hilarious show. It is literally the best sitcom on TV right now. It's on Hulu, which just means it's not on TV. I made a mistake. But it's its final season. I really hope you guys support it. It's a really, really great show. It's super funny. I think you really enjoy it. Broad City as well is coming back. And I am just really, really pissed that we don't have any fucking Saturday morning cartoons, because this year is the year that I realized that, like, it's done. Like, they're not even producing them anymore. Like, it's over, and that's really, really heartbreaking. So make sure your kids watch cartoons and not just Paw Patrol, because fuck Paw Patrol. Thank you everyone for listening. This has been ROFLcast. I have been your host, Achilles. You can join us on ROFLcast.com. You can also see me at ROFLcast on Twitter and at Achilles on Twitter. Shane?
Yes?
Where can they find you on the internet? It's not like we do the same exit for 10 years.
You can find me at Shane Lamott, or you can just Google Shane Lamott and you'll find me.
And Kayla?
You can just go to my webpage at KaylaLynnLewis.com, and that has all my stuff on there.
How do you spell Lynn?
Lynn.
Good. All right, I love you all. Thank you so much for listening. Join us next time on ROFLcast.com. And until next time, we remain podcasting.